husky.
Good morning, it's another day, my friend. But soon the sunshine turns to moonlight, life goes on. It takes some time to say goodnight. You close your eyes to dream next thing. Tomorrow's here
It's a
again.
brand new day, never hold on to hate. Cause you was placed here to be great. Please take your place. All queens got a seat at my table. Cause without y'all, then the man ain't able. Melanated queen, connected to the universe. And so I gotta thank my mom for my birth. If hate is the curse, then love is the remedy. So I send you love no matter creed or identity. Until infinity, look at you like you kin to me. Even when we disagree, yo, you still kin to me. In other words, I can't bring you no trouble, can't bring you no beef, don't wanna see you deceased. Now if I'm coming at you, I'm coming with a business plan. Cause every day I'm on some, yo, let's get this money, man. Yeah, and that's my real plans. I rest my head at night, I wake up, I got another plan.
Good morning, it's another day, my friend. But soon the sunshine turns to moonlight, life goes on. It takes some time to say goodnight. You close your eyes to dream next thing. Tomorrow's here again.
It's a lot of high rappers tell me why we don't get money together, but we'll kill each other over whatever. Running down the freeway, we gun our own down. If Black Lives Matter, why we gun our own down? That's why they laugh and they think that we clowns. They hear what we say, but see how we get down. We gotta change that now, right now to be exact. Cause hurting that man's moms is not where it's at now. Old school, new school need to learn, yo. They put us in groups so they can make more dough. The young versus the old versus the young. Black versus white, you see the pattern, right? No unity, keep them all on some gutter-ish. This way they don't prosper and get rich. Yo, can't you see it's a trick? Just open your third eye and you'll see the full view of it. Now yo, what if the powers that be know that the real power lies within the people? That's us. And what if they using things like crayon colors, black and white, to separate the people? Hey, yo, you gotta wake up. Don't let them fool y'all. Spread love.
Good morning, it's another day, my friend. But soon the sunshine turns to moonlight, life goes on. It takes some time to say goodnight. You close your eyes to dream next thing. Tomorrow's. Good morning, it's another day, my friend. But soon the sunshine turns to moonlight, life goes on. It takes some time to say goodnight. You close your eyes to dream next thing. Tomorrow's here again. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
All right, we are back in the building.
Good morning.
What is up, y'all? Happy Wednesday. You know what to do. Drop a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Drop a 1 in the chat if you can see me. We're gonna go ahead and get into it. Hopefully everybody's doing well. I see we got some ones in the chat, so we're gonna go ahead and get started, because I know court is already in session. I know y'all are ready and dying for some YSL coverage. Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back to another YouTube live stream and another episode of the Music Morning Show. I'm your host, ClassE Beats of ClassEbeats.com. Today, we are getting right back into the YSL trial. Judge Whitaker is going to come out swinging and ready to go, keeping the prosecution in check. But before we get into it, I have to say what's up to the people, man. Shout out to everybody who's in here. I see y'all dropping the ones in the chat. Of course, the amazing, awesome Amy is in the building bright and early. Shout out to Amy. Thank you for all that you do here. We got Fred Taylor. Donkeys is in here. We've got Valencia, Deanna, Jasmine. Here comes Drama, one of the newest members on the ClassE Beats YouTube channel. Good to see you. Just Eric is in here. We've got Chandra, Krisha. We've got Urban Southern Cookies 2 is in the building. Not to be confused with Urban Southern Cookies #1. We got Alicia in here, Christy, Nicholas, Christina, Derico. We've got Philippa, Kelly, Tunnel Vision Global. We've got Trishelle is up in here. Sheila, Wendy, 804. My guy Sean in the building. You know what time it is. CEB gang for life. Let's go. Ray Fields is in here. Randall King in the building. True Washington. Becca, I see you. D Andrews is up in here. Tammy, Tyke, D, Scandalous Bones. Oh my God. We got Sylvia in here. Jocelyn, Betty, Tina, So Gorgeous Tate. We've got Scott's in here. Oh man, everybody's in here. If I missed you, shout out to, I saw Satin in here too. If I missed you, make sure you spam good morning in the chat. I'll be saying good morning to y'all throughout the show. We're going to go ahead and get into it. If y'all could do me one favor and like the video on your way in. Not only is it free, not only does it help the channel continue to grow, but it lets the YouTube algorithm know you're enjoying the show and it shares the video with more people. So if y'all could do that for me, I would appreciate it. As I said, court is already in session and we're going to go ahead and get into it. But before we do, I want to do this real quick. Now, some of you may have heard about this motion that was filed by the state over the weekend. I guess you could say, well, it wasn't really over the weekend, but it was over the time that they were out of court. And shout out to Thugger Daily for sharing this. I'll link to this in the description. And it's a it's a very funny motion, to say the least. It is from the state. And Miss Love apparently is just having some issues with some of the things that are going on in court. And I wanted to read this to you guys because Judge Whitaker is going to address it at the start of court today. But check this out. The state of Georgia versus Jeffrey Williams. This is a motion in limine to allow the state to present all relevant evidence to the jury and to deny defendant objections to the presentation of the relevant evidence on the basis that said evidence is a waste of time. Basically, she's saying she's mad because the defense is constantly saying that they're wasting her time, and she's sick of them saying, objection, 403, waste of time. So what does she say? She keeps it short, sweet, to the point. The state of Georgia, by and through Fannie T. Willis, District Attorney for Atlanta Judicial Circuit, and the undersigned Chief Deputy District Attorney Adrian Love, got to give her one, hereby moves this honorable court to allow the state to present all relevant evidence to the jury and to deny objections to the presentation of relevant evidence on the basis that said evidence is a waste of time. So she basically just copy and pasted the title of this. And then she says, respectfully submitted on this day, the 8th of October, 2024. All right. And that was by Adrian Love. So most recently, and actually this morning, Doug Weinstein, as y'all know, he's super active on Twitter, especially, he went ahead and responded to that motion. This one is really interesting. If you haven't seen it yet, he just posted that. He just posted it this morning, I believe, and he submitted it to the court late last night. But check this out. DeMonte Kendrick, aka Yak Gotti, represented by Doug Weinstein. What does Doug Weinstein say in response? Opposition to the state's motion to basically allow them to show this evidence, and the said evidence is a waste of time. Doug Weinstein says the defendant DeMonte Kendrick, by and through his undersigned counsel, without waiving any other rights which he is entitled, files this opposition to the state's motion. And what does he say? Stating the following: in a surprisingly succinct and efficient bit of lawyering from the state requests that this honorable court deny all future defense 403 objections regarding the state presenting relevant evidence that is a waste of time. Stop wasting our time. We agree, Doug. The state cites neither statute, case law, nor the highest law in the land, according to the state, Carlson, on evidence to support is its position that the court, take up challenge of overriding the edicts of the Georgia legislature, along with virtually every other legislature and judicial body in our motion by ignoring OCGA 244403. No, basically saying they have no basis for this motion. Just throw it out, Judge. While the state's motion genuinely merits no response, dang, Doug, the filing of this frivolous motion may indicate the state plans some form of carpet bombing of additional pointless cumulative evidence clearly oh man, excludable under Rule 403 and laying down some type of suppression fire through this motion. Goodness. Therefore, undersigned counsel feels compelled to object. Ironically, the state's motion is a perfect example of the need for this honorable court to weigh in on the state wasting the time of all involved in the present case by barring otherwise relevant evidence that is a waste of time under Rule 403. In a sense, the motion needs no opposition, as the motion itself serves as its own evident opposition. Basically, they're wasting time by filing this motion. They can't even make sure they have all the correct evidence, and they're filing motions against motions, them admitting evidence that's not necessary. I don't know. Wherefore, Mr. Kendrick respectfully requests that this honorable court deny the state's motion to bar ever ruling for the defense in future Rule 403 objections. This, the 8th day of October 2024, and give it up to Doug Weinstein. Excellent response to that. And it's funny, he has a footnote here after he restated what their motion was titled. His footnote says, "Wow, this is really a mouthful." Yeah, so we're going to see what Judge Whitaker has to say about that with court starting now. Let's go ahead and get right into court. And I'll say what's up in the chat to a couple of y'all as well. Shout out to Jasmine, says Love objects by using 403. Very ironic indeed. Donkey's Noggin says, how many times Love has used 403 against the defense? This woman takes forever to grill her own witnesses. I agree. S. Dots in here says, good morning, classy fam. Hit the like button. Too many in here to not hit the like. Again, if y'all could like the video, it takes 2 seconds, and we're going to go ahead and get into court right now. There we go. Let's see what they got going on.
Please, Whitaker presiding. Court call to order.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Everybody can be seated.
Good morning, everyone.
All right. We have a lot of issues to get through on our non-jury days for the next few days. Take the easy ones first. The state's motion in limine about overruling whatever objection the defense might ever offer to evidence on the basis of 403 waste of time and the defense response in opposition thereto. I am ruling for the defense on that one for all of the reasons stated in Mr. Weinstein's response in opposition.
Shout out to Mr. Weinstein. You can tell Judge Whitaker is trying to hold back her laughter. She said, yeah, basically everything Doug Weinstein said in here was right. And we're premiering a new sound effect today.
Right. And so what we have ultimately is that there is no evidence, none.
Shout out to Keith Adams for that sound effect. And that's a win for Judge Whitaker. Great job.
The motion in limine by the state to revisit the court's ruling excluding State's Exhibit 528Y. I have considered that, and I will not be changing my ruling on that. The couple of uncharged post-indictment intrinsic acts that were still outstanding. I've got one question on the circumstance that involved Mr. Ryan and the fight. And I can't remember which co-defendant, but there was a co-defendant who entered a guilty plea and attested to a conversation having been had about protecting a YSL member in the jail and hurting somebody else. What was that
What?
about? Do y'all remember that? And did that have anything to do with this? Or were
No.
those unrelated?
That was before this.
Okay, all right. Okay, so the court has determined that neither the Ryan situation
Attorney Matthews.
nor the alleged passing of Percocet to defendant Williams in court meet the requirements to be an intrinsic act, and so I am not going to admit either of those. And I've also thought again about my ruling out the Stillwell situation of some contraband being in his cell, and I'm going to stand on my ruling with regard to that as well.
What was the ruling? I guess we'll have to go back and look at that. I don't remember Judge Whitaker making a ruling on that one.
One question I saw in my notes, something about the search for Attorney Johnson, the search of Attorney Johnson's laptop, and something that Defendant Williams had requested with regard to that. Can you, Mr. Steele, refresh my memory on what that was about?
Yes, can I have just 1 second?
Sure.
Your Honor.
Yes.
The court. And good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Good morning to everyone. Can I make a statement to the court without the prosecutors here and without the media, so it would be on a sealed record? And then if you believe it should
we
not
have
be
ex
sealed,
parte meetings.
obviously I will repeat it, or you can have Ms. Winfrey read it back. But I believe that in an abundance of caution.
Come on up.
Okay.
Oh man, we got secret meetings. What could Brian Steele be talking about? Thankfully, we're on Delay Gang. Shout out to the Delay Gang. So we get to skip ahead, but I have no idea why you want to approach. And he said he doesn't want the media to know? Interesting. And good morning to everybody who's stopping by as well. Y'all said Whitaker's voice is... Oh, man. Michi said Whitaker's voice is becoming as annoying as Love. Sheesh. No, we gotta be nice to Judge Whitaker. We need her to grant a mistrial already. A proper ex parte? Yeah, this one's okay.
All right, so I appreciate that, Mr. Steele, and that can be sealed to the extent this record ever
Dang, I think we'll never
goes
know.
anywhere.
What could it be about? So shout out to Thugger Daily. So Thugger Daily gives some background on what that ruling was about that Judge Whitaker made. So Thugger Daily says Whitaker also ruled that Lil Rod getting into a fight in jail, which resulted in the stabbing, cannot be used in the trial. Whitaker also denied Love's motion to reconsider the social media post that got her yelled at without hearing any argument from the state. Okay, wow. Yeah, so that was the one that we saw last week where Judge Whitaker had to stop everything because Love came to the bench and they had a back and forth about whether they were going to allow the comments in where it showed the phone number, and they said just exclude the comments and exclude the phone number. Miss Love actually ended up showing the comments and the phone number, and she got in trouble for that. So yeah, she's not going to allow that in either.
All right, I know that there are some things outstanding that concerned Mr. Ryan, and there's been a request that that be handled tomorrow instead of today. That's fine. So I'll set that aside for now. I appreciate everybody submitting case law on the issue of whether the RICO conspiracy can be established based on an overt act that's not alleged in the indictment. Frankly, it's a lot of stuff to read, and since some of the submissions were late last night, or, you know, basically all throughout the day yesterday, I have not read all of that, so we'll take that up at some other time, and that's really more of an end of trial issue for us anyway. Okay. I think we're ready to argue and consider the motion in limine, what was it, 62, I guess?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
All right, here we go. Good morning, everyone.
Your Honor, may I approach?
Yes. Thanks.
Your Honor, I just handed this honorable court and the parties, although I ran out of copies, I just gave it to Mr. Matthews. The case I cited in motion limine number 62, Ebersole, E-B-E-R-S-O-L-E versus State. It's 371 Georgia Appeal, 520. It's in Division 1C as in Colette. It's 901 Southeast 2D, 572, 2024 case. And Your Honor, what happened in our case previously, and I understand this honorable court was not with us, but the prosecution through ATF agent Racy was testifying. He was at one time with Cobb County Police Department, and he was the lead detective on a case against Mr. Jimmy Winfrey, and that is in Cobb County case number 15-9-2765. And he was asked by Prosecutor Hilton about a jail call. And the jail call had something to the effect of, when Mr. Winfrey comes home, he will be given a Porsche and $250,000. It was something to that effect. And Ms. Hilton then asked Detective Racy, within approximately a month from that time, that jail call that the jurors just heard, did in fact Mr. Winfrey enter a guilty plea? I objected. That guilty plea was vacated and found to be coerced by the Georgia Supreme Court in Winfrey, W-I-N-F-R-E-Y versus State, 304 Georgia, 94, 816 Southeast 2D 613, 2018. And it says specifically in that case that that guilty plea is void, is null, and cannot be used for any purpose. We approached the predecessor judge, and he said he didn't know about that case. It's all on the record. It was at the bench. And I said, well, here's the site. And he said, well, I'm not going to read it. And I said, well, I'm going to cross him on it, and I'm going to subpoena the lawyers. And I put them on my witness list who entered that plea And I have a certified copy of the Supreme Court opinion vacating it, and this predecessor judge said I couldn't do any of that. Ms. Hilton then came back to the
Interesting.
podium and asked Agent Racy the next series of questions. Well, was that plea, for whatever reason, vacated, and a short time later did Mr. Winfrey enter a guilty plea? I again objected. I was not allowed to go into it. The essence of this motion, number 62 of Mr. Williams, is I believe that that's already a constitutional violation, so it has to be harmless beyond a reasonable doubt. Because...
Was there any kind of instruction?
No.
Given? Okay.
No, it was, I can't cross on it, Mr. Matthews can't cross on it, we were all barred, and it came out that way that Mr. Winfrey pled guilty. And this dealt with the April 26, 2015 tour bus shooting of a gentleman named Dwayne Carter. He's a phenomenal artist, musical artist, known as Lil Wayne. So
Greatest rapper alive,
the
by
state
the way.
gets that in. Now, the predecessor judge did keep out the indictment on my objection, because the indictment names as co-conspirators, unindicted co-conspirators, Mr. Williams in that event, and it was a RICO count. The further objection was that Mr. Winfrey, he didn't really plead guilty. This is the most favorable Alford plea, and I attached it to Mr. Williams' number 62, that, that I have seen where the predecessor judge specifically, excuse me, not the predecessor judge, Judge Staley, it's S-T-A-L-E-Y, and it's Staley Clark, C-L-A-R-K, Cobb County Superior Court. She specifically acknowledges that this is not a guilty plea, this is a best interest plea. He's not entering admission of guilt. The Honorable Steve Sadow, which is Steve, S-T-E-V-E, and Sadow is S-A-D-O-W, was the lawyer. He specifically said that we are doing this just because it's been 5 years and Mr. Winfrey wants to get out of custody. And I attached that, and I have a certified copy of that Alford plea. Anyway, the way it came in was so wrong, and we had cases that we were citing to the predecessor judge explaining that a person who's not testifying, the fact that they pled guilty, people plead guilty for any numerous reasons, should not be allowed to come in against Mr. Williams and the others here. So, going forward, I put this on this court, honorable court's radar, because it is my belief and understanding, and if it's not going to happen, that's great, that Mr. Kendrick has pled guilty to being in a criminal street gang, specifically YSL, when he was with Mr. Martinez-Arnold. Martinez-Arnold is going to be a witness, but he did not plead guilty to that charge. And it's my understanding that the state intends to have an exhibit, a certified copy of the guilty plea of Mr. Kendrick. And that should not come in against Mr. Williams or any of the other people here for the same reason.
Let me stop and ask the state, is your position that it comes in against anybody other than Mr. Kendrick?
I love looking like a big Chiquita. Y'all leave that lady alone. She likes yellow, okay? Dang.
I don't believe that a certified copy of Kendrick's conviction would be admissible against another defendant besides Kendrick. And additionally, we intentionally did not tender the certified for Jimmy Winfrey.
For Mr. Winfrey?
Correct. The court did not preclude us. We did not tender it.
Right. Okay, so is it the state's position that not the certified copy of the conviction, but the fact of Mr. Kendrick pleading guilty to, it was gang activity and the gang being YSL, what's the state's position on that with regard to that information coming in on anybody else?
If I can find this plea deal.
His guilty plea, the fact of his guilty plea is admissible against him, and I don't believe that it's admissible in normal cases against anyone else. In this circumstance, I also don't believe that it is. At this time, I don't believe the cases that I've read suggest that it would not be admissible against another defendant. That's
All right. I mean, I think that's generally correct.
buffering
so, I think I've mentioned before needing a limiting instruction, and I know we're not quite at that stage yet, but I don't know when you intend to introduce that. And
not for the next 2 weeks, I believe.
okay, well, can you go ahead and be trying to put together whatever appropriate limiting instruction there would be? And then I would think
Yeah, good
that
luck with
the
that, Judge
position of
Whitaker.
both the defense and the state would be the same with regard to Mr. Ryan's murder jury verdict.
Right. Well, yeah, I know that the court, I know we addressed it last week, and
said
I
love
was
is
saying
looking
that
like a
I was
carpenter
looking
bee.
into that.
Come on, man.
So I don't have anything to counter the position that it's only admissible against Ryan. I don't have any.
Right. And so what we have ultimately is that there is no evidence, none.
All
right.
That position yet.
So we'd need a similar limiting instruction for that. Let me ask the
We'll be using that new
defendants
sound effect a
with
lot.
regard to whatever information did come in on Mr. Winfrey having pled, that having been overturned somehow, and then him having pled again. There was no information in front of the jury that it was an Alford or a best interest plea?
That's true.
Okay. We've obviously introduced that concept to this jury at this point. Does the defense want me to instruct sometime at the end of the case that, hey, with regard to what you heard about Mr. Winfrey's plea, that was also a best interest plea, and so the same things apply?
Yes, and I intend to
Okay.
call the, in my case in chief, I updated my witness list. The
Okay.
lawyer at the first one, when it was coerced by the court, and that's why it wasn't knowingly, freely, and voluntarily given, and then called Mr. Sadow.
All right, well, I don't know that we're going to be doing all of that, because if it is before the
that's
jury
Obama.
that the other
They call him
one
Obama.
was overruled, then the other one really doesn't need to be taken into consideration.
It was not before the jury. The other one's overruled. And please, we have to look at the transcript.
Okay.
But it was something to the effect of, later, for whatever reason, a short while later, did he re-enter his guilty plea?
Oh my God, hold on a second. How did I miss this? I knew it's because I don't have my sound effect on the morning show. The amazing, awesome, abundantly great Amy in the building just gifted 50 memberships. Oh my gosh. Jeez. That is the most memberships that anyone has gifted on this channel at one time. Y'all shout out to Amy. If you got a membership from Amy, make sure you say thank you. I had to stop the show for a second for that. Wow. Thank you, Amy. Tell you, doing it in every way, showing love in the chat, getting y'all some memberships, supporting the channel. Man, that is amazing. Shout out to Amy. Thank you, Amy. Wow. All right, let me rewind this. I'm shocked. Y'all better say thank you to Amy in there. I'll be putting all the thank you Amy's up on the screen. Jeez.
Please, we have to look at the transcript.
Okay.
But it was something to the effect of,
50 memberships.
later, for whatever reason, a short while later, did he re-enter his guilty plea?
Okay, well, maybe we will get the necessary information to the jury without having to do it through a couple of witnesses. Maybe y'all could work on a stipulation. Why don't y'all make efforts to work on a stipulation that would cover that?
Also, Your Honor, there was the matter of the playing of Mr. Zachary's 2017 interview by Mr. Williams, Your Honor, if I am not mistaken, that the portions that were played included a reference by Mr. Zachary to the fact that Mr. Winfrey had entered that guilty plea. If I'm wrong, I accept that, but my memory is that from the time that it was first broached way back when, earlier this year in April or whenever it was, and now Defendant Williams actually introduced the fact of the guilty plea by Mr. Winfrey through cross-examination of one of the state's witnesses. In playing a video, the witness that was being interviewed actually talked about that guilty plea.
Well, that may be, but regardless, we need the correct information in front of the jury, so.
Can I just make a statement on that? Is that okay?
Yeah.
So I do believe that Mr. Zachary said that Mr. Winfrey pled guilty.
Uh-huh.
But, you know, to say that I somehow then introduced that concept, you know, I'm dealing with a fact that already came out before the jury.
Come out, right.
So I don't think that
Okay,
holds much weight.
yeah, but I would like for y'all to try to figure out a stipulation that will cover what the situation was, and then I'll give an instruction about that having ultimately been a best interest plea.
Okay.
Okay.
When I say okay, I still intend to call the witnesses, but I will follow your direction.
Okay. Well, I mean, you know, if that's what's necessary, that's what's necessary, but I don't believe it should ultimately be necessary. I think there ought to be a stipulation that could be worked out, and if it's not a stipulation, then you can just propose what the stipulation would be, and I'll take it from there, maybe.
Okay.
Okay? All right.
Thank you.
Okay. So... So on motion in limine 61, there was one part that was still outstanding, which was the issue of the text messages that are captured through the wiretap, and there's, I guess, a best evidence objection to that. So what's the state's intent on that?
To Lavisa.
With respect to the text messages in the wiretap are as they were sent through the carrier. So,
okay, and which carrier? Have we already had all of the various carriers come in and
I think it's
certify?
It's Verizon, and no one has talked about the wiretap evidence yet. That has not been broached yet.
Well, I'm broaching it now because
No, I mean,
it's in this motion in limine.
Through a witness in front of the jury. That's what I meant.
Motion number
Okay,
60
so
right now?
those records, then, we haven't had a business representative come in and
Correct.
say anything about those records. But are they going to ultimately?
We have a business record, I think.
Okay.
Just one second. What we have on our.
She said, hold on a second.
Have you ever had a dream that
We have
that
a,
you had
we got it.
you could
and I'm with
you
we
want
need to get the,
We have the witness, the T3 custodian,
Well, let me
the
put Amy in the banner.
wiretap custodian, who will be addressing the content or the wiretap issues in the system and the way that the information is captured.
When you say, just for
clarification, Your Honor, when you say the wiretap custodian, who are you referring to?
Who?
Mr. Scherer, S-H-E-R. S-C-H-E-R-E-R.
Okay.
Amy, chill. Amy just gifted 20 more memberships. Oh my gosh. Amy, relax. Sheesh. Oh man, showing so much love. If you got a membership from Amy, please make sure you say thank you. She did not have to do that. Thank you so much. Aww. Wow. Definitely got to put her in the banner now. Jeez.
And okay, so he'll testify to how it gets captured, and will he? Is he going to be able to certify that it's accurate?
Yeah, I believe he will, just as much
Okay.
as it. Yes, I believe that that will be satisfied with that witness. Additionally, when we are, I believe that I understood the question last week to deal with not the text message box per se, but the one up under it, which was the notes, I think. And I don't recall if that was something that I misunderstood, but there's a portion of that wiretap that has
Shout out to Amy with the
sort of
50
an
bomb.
interpretation, the listener's interpretation of what was heard. That's not what we're trying to introduce. It's just the content of the actual text message box.
Okay. So is there anything else I need to entertain with regard to that?
I don't believe so, but I'll let counsel speak for themselves.
Defense counsel?
Shout out to PhD.
So, Your Honor, I spoke with the Honorable Mr. Atkins, and he was going to
Thank you, Amy.
verify. But my belief, and I need verification, is that if I was being wiretapped and I'm sending the Honorable Carlton Matthews a text message, I'll meet you tomorrow at the Braves game, it is not collected the way I sent it. So it's somebody, the sworn person who is on the team who is allowed to be a listener or a reader of the contents of the wiretap would then read that, and they put in the line sheet, Brian Steele's text was to Carlton Matthews, I'll meet you at the Brave game tomorrow. If that's the way it is, I'm objecting, because then it's not the original. And then I want to know what you just said, if they can lay a foundation that they have the original text message, or Verizon, it was over my objection last time, but they kept it accurately in the course of business. I'll waive this objection, but I do need Ms.
Okay.
Atkins, who's been nothing but great always. He said that, unless he found it out now, he said that he would make sure which way it is. If it's
Okay.
an actual replica or if it's a human being.
Sure.
And that's
yeah,
my
that would
issue.
definitely be kind of a different circumstance.
And we verified, Your Honor. So with the T3 system, Your Honor, the text there's two boxes. There's a text message box and a synopsis box. In the text message box, that is the text message that came in through the phone. Our understanding is while you're in the wire room, you can either accept or not accept it. So you can either accept it as it comes in or not accept it and it won't show up. But the person viewing the wiretap cannot manipulate the text message box. The other box is their own notes.
That's the notes
That's
box.
the notes. And we're going to try to show you an example. We were trying to find an example with both, but we can share the screen.
Well, y'all don't, do I understand you to be saying that the state does not intend to even try to introduce anything from the notes synopsis section boxes?
Correct.
But only from the text message boxes, which are supposed to be a verbatim capture of the text?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
That foundation laid, yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. there was a kind of overlapping with regard to Summer Good, a motion in limine 63, and then a Stillwell motion that covered some of the same potential evidence. Are we ready to go through that? And it sounds like there's agreement as to some things, and some things need to be litigated.
Your Honor, I don't know if it needs to be litigated today. I think that it is, once Ms. Good takes a stand, if we lay the proper foundation, there'll either be a foundational objection or not, but we agree generally with both motions that anything that is speculation, anything that is hearsay, we do not intend to get in with Ms. Good.
Okay.
However, if there is, I think there might be disagreement on her knowledge of Mr. Williams. The state would intend to lay a foundation before we get into that question.
Okay.
But I don't think it's anything we can litigate until she
Okay.
takes a stand.
All right. And so this kind of summary sheet that's discussion on motion in limine 63, motion in limine re Summer Good, that's pretty much what we might be litigating or what foundational issues there might be.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right,
facts.
so we'll just
Shout out to Amy.
come back to that.
Judge Whitaker's shooting him down this morning.
All right, and then we have a basically supplement, a motion and supplemental motion, joint motion to exclude evidence that y'all have also run down what you agree to and what you don't agree to. The things that there is no agreement on right now, is that something we can litigate today?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Okay, let's turn to that then. And would it be helpful to access the Dropbox for that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
I think she's
Judge Whitaker's shooting him down
October
today.
8th at 11:36 by Mr. Adkins. Or y'all may have it before then as well.
And Your Honor, just to be clear, when, for example, if that motion, paragraph 3 in that Dropbox link, they follow the same numbering. So the court, counsel should all be able to easily find what we're addressing because the numbering is identical to Mr. Steele's motion.
All right.
It looks like you already got one. Yeah, you already got one, Kimberly. Oh, we might need to skip ahead here.
With everybody's got the link up, we can just start at the beginning with item number 1.
Correct.
All
yeah.
right,
These are going to be
and what's
non-jury
the
days.
relevance purpose of image 623?
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, this image 623 is a gun that was found underneath a mattress when one of the co-conspirators, Antonio Sumlin, was arrested in the May or April of 2022, Your Honor. And we believe that this picture is relevant to show that one of the YSL co-conspirators, the nature of this enterprise. One of the things that we allege in our preamble to the indictment is that YSL maintains armed individuals ready and willing to preserve, protect, and enhance the reputation, power, and territory of the enterprise. And the fact that he had this gun in the bedroom that he was in underneath his bed, we believe is relevant to show that.
All right. And who's going to be arguing these for the defense? Sure, I mean, that's fine. All right, whomever is going to take this portion.
Yeah, there's no jury today.
Your Honor, it was explained in our case law that our gang statute was modeled after our RICO statute. And I cite the case to the court, and I did not bring extra copies. I apologize. Alexander, Alexander versus State. It's 371 Georgia Appeal, 532. It's in Division 2, 901 Southeast 2D, 584, 2024 case. And what our second highest court explains is that it is essential that the state, I'm quoting, demonstrate that the commission of the predicate act was intended to further the interests of the gang. So this is a gang count, and the appellate court held that just doing some crime or having some gang paraphernalia, or in this case a gun under the bed, that's not enough to say that this furthers the interests of the gang. There's no nexus. And here, the state has continually put into evidence people associating with other people. This is Mr. Sumlin, correct? Who I believe is going to testify.
Okay.
And the fact that he has drugs or guns or slogans of violence, I'm not saying he does, but you have to show that somehow that gun or that act somehow affected, and there was a nexus to the trial that's going on. The state has other pictures of him with guns.
Membership card next to the gun.
So I also say it's cumulative and unnecessary evidence. But that's my argument.
All right.
Can we get a cite again, Your Honor?
The cite to Alexander?
Yeah, 371 Georgia F 532.
Thank you.
And Your Honor, we don't have any other pictures of Mr. Sumlin with guns that we intend. Sorry, if you can hear me, I'm sorry. We don't have any other, and I'm just confirming, but I don't believe we have any other pictures of Mr. Sumlin with guns. This is the only picture we have, and that's because he was arrested with this. Again, the weapon was underneath his mattress when he was arrested.
Again, what does this have to do to Young Thug? How many times are we going to ask that question? I'm never starting a record label.
All right. Well, I mean,
I'll be out here doing.
It's ultimately a jury determination whether they believe that he had this gun to further gang purposes. But I think in terms of what needs to be shown for the state to secure its admission, that's been satisfied. So to the extent you do not have pictures of him with guns already, then I would admit it. But if you do, then I'm going to exclude it as cumulative.
Dang, they get shot down today. Defense is taking home some wins.
All right, and then subfolder 3, I guess.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and these are pictures of his various tattoos.
Yes, Your Honor, and we actually narrowed down the pictures. So the numbers that are listed, Your Honor, in our synopsis, those 10 pictures
Okay.
show specific tattoos on his person, which are different tattoos.
Was there a box
that
screen?
we believe are relevant.
It's queen size.
So one tattoo
Boom.
has YSL, another tattoo has Salon Life with a snake. Another tattoo has the 5-point star. Another has a tattoo of a die or two.
A what?
Dice
Okay.
with 5, but up the black dots. And let's see. So
So that's 5. What are the other 5?
other tattoos. So one has the number 5 with a fire. Again, we believe that 5 signifies blood. That he's a member of the Bloods.
Okay, so why don't you pick one of the 5 tattoos and whichever one of those. So dice, fire, plain 5, y'all pick one.
But they're all different symbols.
Can't have a
I
record
know,
label.
I understand.
Can't do
Okay,
it.
so you want for the representation of 5, you want to pick one thing that represents 5.
Correct. Yes.
Okay. The other ones have Macon and Cleveland, which is him talking about Cleveland Avenue, or Cleveland Avenue being Cleveland. So that's not included in the 5 that you're.
That's a, tell me what tattoo that is. Which image is that? So how about the overall one? Do you need that if you're going to be zooming in on?
The overall, so you can see that it's him in the picture, so that's why we had the overall one.
Okay.
And that picture is taken further away, so you can't.
Okay, well then, do you need the next one then?
So the next one after 641 is 642, where you can, and let me make sure, because yes, it's 642 where you can see the YSL more prominent.
Mm-hmm.
Then we move to 643, which he has Haiti Baby, so you can see that more prominent.
Mm-hmm.
Then we skip to 648, which is 2 5-point stars in the lower part of his stomach. Then 649 is the 5 with the fire. 652 is the B, which we believe symbolizes blood as well. The B is underneath the beehive,
Mm-hmm.
on top of the paw. 654 are additional 5-point stars, 5, specifically 5 5-point stars. 655, it says Macon and Cleveland. 659 is the one with the dice. 665 is Slime Life with the snake. And then that's all the pictures.
Good morning, everyone.
And originally there were 24 photos, so we narrowed it down from the 24 to the 10.
So it seems to me that if you have in number 1 to show it's him and then number 2, you can see a whole lot of the Haiti Baby and the YSL and all kind of other things just by zooming in on that one.
But in the back, Your Honor, when the jurors have, they won't be able to zoom in on it. They'll be able to see what's in front of them once it's admitted. Yes, we can zoom in on the camera.
So you're gonna, all right. And who's gonna testify to this?
He's coming.
He's gonna be like, yeah, these are my tattoos and here's what they mean.
I don't know.
Or just,
403.
yeah, these are my tattoos.
Go ahead,
Right, and so what we have ultimately is that there is no evidence, none.
Who are familiar with these tattoos as well.
Okay, well. Just pick one rendition of the fives and use that. You don't need all three of them.
Yes, Mark.
All right. Going on to the next folder, there's a 911 call?
Judge Whitaker shooting them down today. I love it.
Okay, what's that?
So, Your Honor, there's a single 911 call and a CAD report. There was a shooting the night before at Waters Road, and the caller notices that her vehicle window is shot out the day that she's making this call.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's a brief 911 call where she's calling to let them know that her car window has been shot out. She doesn't know who shot her car window out, but she's calling the police when she walks outside and notices her vehicle in her driveway with the window shot out from a bullet.
Mm-hmm.
And so the objection was confrontation clause and hearsay because it's not an ongoing emergency. The state's position is it's not a confrontation clause issue because she is not making this phone call for purposes of future prosecution. She doesn't even know who did it or give her thoughts of who might have done it. And in terms of hearsay, although the shooting itself happens prior to her walking out and seeing her window, the state feels that on there's two reasons of a hearsay exception. One being a present sense impression in terms of she walks outside and notices her car window is shattered from a bullet and she calls 911. And two, in her mind, even though her demeanor on the call, which is not dispositive of if it's an excited utterance or not, but seeing your car window shot out is to me something that would reasonably generate some level of excitement in a reasonable person. And so she's very calm on the call in terms of her voice, but the state feels that either a present sense impression and or an excited utterance for calling the police satisfies the hearsay exception. And that's the state's position in terms of the 911 audio, Your Honor.
Okay, and then is the Waters Road shooting, there's other evidence of that, right?
Yes, Your Honor. So, Your Honor, there's multiple shootings at that address.
Okay, the Waters Road shooting from March 12th, 2022.
Yes, Your Honor. And so this 911 call and her CAD report, when she calls to report her window being shot, is the court asking if we're going to call the responding officer who went to examine her car or?
No, I mean, the evidence is in or is going to be in that there was a shooting at Waters Road on March 12th, 2023. I guess I'm wondering because of the length of this trial already and it's apparent, I mean, we're going to have to talk about how much longer y'all think this is going to take. But what does it add, I guess, that somebody else's window got shot out?
So Your Honor, this is all intimately wrapped into the Shamel Drinks murder, where Mr. Ford and Mr. McMiller are murdered by who YSL believes is YFN members, IF gang members, the same group in 2022 that's tethered to Donovan Thomas's group in 2015 in the murder we're on currently. And what the wiretaps we played earlier, where there was conversation, and by earlier I mean a couple weeks ago, where there was guns in the attic, when they're all hiding and they're running outside, and we played that is Waters Road. So there's a number of shootings that we believe was from YFN at YSL. And so this 911 call is a innocent victim of that in terms of not the intended target whose window is shot out and calls police. And her, I believe, either boyfriend or husband, Mr. Whetstone, is going to be a witness we will be calling. So the state wanted to, this chronological or timeline is important. It's a brief 911 call, and there's obviously an accompanying CAD report. So the state feels that it's relevant for the jury because they need to understand this sequence of events in terms of the back and forth shooting and what transpires.
Okay, but do they need to know that somebody who had their car parked on the street or wherever it was parked, a stray bullet hit them?
It's right.
It hit their car, not them, their car.
So, Your Honor, in terms of the relevancy and the low legal standard of it,
I'm not saying it's not relevant. Do you need it?
the state believes we do, and it's.
Okay, y'all are going to have to start picking some stuff that you just, I mean, this case can't go on forever. It feels like it's going on forever.
Yes, it can.
There's got to be something that y'all can say, you know what, I think we ought to be able to prove our case without that. And this kind of.
Right, and so what we have ultimately is that there is no evidence, none.
It seems like one of those things. And I know that there's not, there may or may not, well, I think there's just kind of a standing cumulative waste of time objection by the defense. But
there will be until the end.
I, as the court, trying to the extent possible, manage this litigation, am raising that sua sponte to the extent that there's not a defense objection. Is this something that, I mean, even whomever, the boyfriend or the husband coming in to testify to it, I mean, if you are establishing the Waters Road shooting anyway, which you are.
Yes, Your Honor.
It just doesn't seem like this is really necessary.
Your Honor, I understand I'm struggling for a response because in terms of it's difficult for me to say what is necessary versus, what is relevant and admissible in terms of, and useful for the jury in making their decision. What is necessary in a case is a hard question to answer.
No. I know.
And so the state Ms. Latner's is testifying when this comes up, Ms. Latner's will be addressing a number of 911 calls and CAD reports that all tethered and are connected with this timeline of events. And so the state felt that in terms of brevity or this short 911 call and CAD report anchors the timeline for the jury and is helpful. The state's not intending on calling the officer who responded to check her window.
Good. Okay.
And so the state felt that this was I believe Ms. Latner's could testify about these two items in probably under 5 minutes.
She probably can, but 5 minutes here and 5 minutes there and 10 minutes the other place. If she's already going to be testifying to 911 calls that came in closer to time, is she going to be doing that?
She's going to be handling a number of 911 calls and CADs, Your Honor, that tether both the Shamel Drinks murder, the murder of Mr. Ford and Mr. McMiller, and the multiple shootings at Waters Road, one of which this is a 911 call in response to.
So is there going to be other evidence that either has come in or will come in that this shooting at Waters Road occurred on March 12th of 2022?
Oh, yeah, we have a witness testimony saying that he talked to somebody who said that, that the shooting took place.
Right. And so what we have ultimately is that there is no evidence, none.
One brief moment, Your Honor.
Okay.
See? He's like, hey, so we have some evidence, right?
So, Your Honor, currently, because the state intended to play this CAD and 911 call, there's not, we are not calling other witnesses to discuss this.
Oh my God.
This specific day.
I should not be laughing about this. They're saying what they have is a 911 call. God. God dang. This whole RICO is a sham. Jeez.
Which is the day after.
March 12th,
Wave Lord
correct,
said
Your Honor.
this case is held together by bobby pins.
So currently, in terms of the state's witness
Gee.
list and what the state intended to introduce, this 911 and CAD.
This is the way y'all are introducing that the shooting occurred at Waters Road on March 12th?
There's two different shootings.
And there's two different shootings, Your Honor, but in terms of in terms of her,
When's
our
the
window
other
being
shooting?
shot out, March 16th.
Okay, so let's not worry about that one. March 12th. This is the only way that y'all are establishing a shooting at Waters Road on March 12th? Yes or no?
Yes, Your Honor.
Dang.
I mean, the state can call other witnesses or evidence about that shooting, but we intended to call and introduce this category 911 currently.
I understand that y'all want to. Was that the only evidence that y'all were going to put up that this occurred on March 12th? Was this 911 call and boyfriend or husband and the discovery that on March 13th this window was shot out? That's how y'all are going to establish a shooting on March 12th?
He said yes already.
Witnesses, Your Honor. I mean, we have other witnesses. I mean, we could call Ms. Zachary, we could call the responding officer, but in order to shorten, we get the complaint that we need to shorten the case. And so what we're trying to do is there's a 911 call. There's two 911 calls. There's a 911 call from March 12th.
Okay, are you planning to introduce that?
Yes, that's the day before.
Okay,
Then-
but after the shooting occurs, correct?
The 911 calls as the shooting occurs, the woman is in her house and she said, they're shooting down my street.
Okay,
Yes.
so why isn't that enough?
Because this
Right,
was
and so what we
this was the
have
further
ultimately-
evidence of that. So that's why we're playing the two 911 calls, because the March 12th call, right, there shows that she called, the first caller never went outside, all she says is there's shots fired. On March 13th, when that witness goes outside, she sees that her car has been riddled by bullets. Now, there's additional evidence that Ms. Zachary would bring in that her daughter heard the gunshots the night before, but we're not bringing that in. So what we're trying to do is tie in the first call from March 12th and then the call from March 13th. There's more evidence, but we're trying to, as best, get in what is relevant to establish that there was a shooting. Again, all of these shootings are in response to what happens in February with Wyatt and Lucci getting stabbed.
Is it riddled with bullets?
Here we go.
Excuse me, maybe I shouldn't say riddled with bullets, but there are bullet holes in her vehicle.
How many?
I believe there's one to her vehicle, Your
Okay.
Honor.
Y'all can, no.
Your Honor.
Just, no. We have got to figure out some things that we can do without in this case, and this is one of them.
Right, and so what we have ultimately
Last time.
is that there is no evidence, none.
Shout out to Keith Adams for the best audio clip from this entire trial. Man, that is perfect.
And not because it's hearsay or confrontation clause,
I'm gonna be using the hell out of that
just
sound
because it's just too much. Waste of time. Okay, let's move on to the next.
Your
clip. She
Honor,
said objection.
Yes.
The judge
may I just ask
objected.
for clarification? Does that also apply to Frederick? I believe it's Frederick Whetstone, the boyfriend that lives there.
Yes, he
Okay.
doesn't need to testify either.
Okay, thank you.
If
She
we have
getting rid of
established the
witnesses.
shooting occurred, we don't need more people establishing that the next day they discovered that the shooting occurred. All right, let's move on to the next.
Your Honor, may I
Yes.
have some clarification? Just the court is excluding the 911 call. What is it that the court is excluding?
Yes, that 911 call from whomever the next day that she discovered that there was a bullet to her car.
Okay.
And whoever that is, the boyfriend or the husband, who was going to come and say, yeah, there was a bullet to the car.
Okay, he wasn't only going to testify to that. And I
What
know
else
that
was he going to testify to?
This is a person, she and he, who have been living next to this particular location for some months at least.
Okay.
they see who comes and go, and they see what cars, what vehicles come up to the location.
Okay.
They see the nature of the interaction of people with the location. And as far as that particular night goes, as Ms. Hilton said, she heard what she thought was gunfire, and we are, of course, adhering to the
She's
court's
still
ruling
trying.
regarding the 911 call. But she heard what she thought was gunfire. She saw evidence of it. They saw evidence of it the next morning. But
Okay, but
That's
he's
in-
not going to testify that the girlfriend, heard gunfire.
no,
Okay.
he's not to test. No, no.
So whomever this person is, the boyfriend or husband, is going to come say, here are the comings and goings that I noticed over the course of the last few months, including the night of this shooting. Here's who I saw, or here's what cars or whatever.
Right.
Okay, that's
This
fine.
is what, right, this is what we anticipate from that particular witness. The female, the young woman that Ms. Hilton mentioned earlier, she, in addition to showing us, or in addition to having that bullet hole in her car, she has met with us and shown us the bullet holes in her house.
Wow.
We don't have those photographs. I'm just telling the court what.
Was she going to testify also?
We took her name off the list.
Okay. All right.
In an effort for brevity's sake, but I'm just letting the court know that these people who live next door to that location had more to talk about than just a bullet.
Okay, well, I mean, that's fine.
Well, Your Honor, in response to that, and I'm going off of memory, the recorded statement that is really the only record we have of what Mr. Whetstone would be adding. I believe
What's the name of this guy?
I believe I'm being accurate with Mr. Whetstone, but
Wesley?
Whetstone.
Whetstone, okay.
And
Can you spell it?
the issue I have is, and just to be clear, Mr. Whetstone, as I understand it, is not testifying, oh, I saw a Audi with this tag number. I know, I'm just using Shannon as an example. I know Shannon, and I see him going in there. The interview he gave to the police, it was much more like, man, there's all sorts of stuff going on at that house, and it's ruining our neighborhood type generalized speak. I don't think that's appropriate. I don't think it's appropriate to just paint in a broad brush with testimony. And so I disagree with the state when they assert that this gentleman would be adding a lot more about what's going on with the house. It was just kind of a complaint that we all have with different people in our neighborhoods complaining about the residents of a certain house in the neighborhood.
All right.
Your Honor, it's not that broad, and we did provide contact information. It's not that general as it was placed before the court. We've provided contact information for anyone to speak to this person. So it's more detailed than what he provided.
Okay, so is it going to be something that tends to establish that the comings and goings were by a particular gang or group of people?
A particular group of people, and again, the nature, the type of traffic, if you will.
Meaning?
The house.
Meaning what?
He will not be saying, oh, there's drug dealing going on at the house, but just a frequency of different visitors to the house, the vehicles he observed at the house.
And the vehicles are going to be tied to?
YSL members, one in particular, yeah. Well, one in particular belongs to Mr. Williams, for instance. for instance, I'll leave it there.
You ever had a dream
Okay.
that-
Well, if he is going to be
that
able to
you
testify
had-
to seeing
Particular
particular vehicles with, whatever frequency he's going to testify to, and there's something that ties those vehicles to these defendants or other YSL members, then that seems irrelevant. So,
Thank you, Your Honor. And yes, it was the Waters Road, obviously, the court has heard
Just
us say
spit it out.
before, is a YSL spot.
right.
Struggling.
And the shootings and the activity at the house.
Right.
What we're,
Okay. All right.
That poor chair. The chair said help. Oh no, actually the chair said 403. Wasted that chair's time.
All right, so the next thing
goodness.
that we need to look at is in item 4B, I guess.
Yes.
And this is, oh, it's our same Mr. Sumlin. Okay, and the objection is? What?
What's up, Woodruff?
Right, and so what we have ultimately is that there is no evidence, none.
Anybody want to argue this one?
I'm gonna be spamming that sound effect throughout the rest of this trial. Oh man.
Okay. So it's a picture of Mr. Sumlin, and then there's a
State has lost
post
themselves.
chasing that money, but my past chasing me.
That's
And I guess the objection to
evidence.
that is, and that's the purpose for which this is introduced, is for that, the language of the post.
that's part of it, you know.
Well, what's the other part?
It's number 126 on our indictment.
Overt Act number 126.
How many times, we need to get a counter. How many times in the last 3 months we've heard someone say, other than Brian Steele, say Young Thug or Jeffrey Williams?
And Judge, I'll just, while the court is looking at
5
the
times? 6,
indictment,
7?
where he is displaying prominently that center tattoo on his person of YSL, obviously, along with all the others, and making that post. The fact of the posing on social media with the gang name in the middle and slime for life on his arm, and
No jury today.
asserting publicly chasing that money, but his past chasing him, we would argue reflects at least part of what we are alleging that the gang has done or does in furtherance of the enterprise itself, obtaining money and property through a pattern of racketeering activity, him chasing that money, but his past chasing me, we would argue suggests that he has done things that were not legal. And this is an argument, this is one obviously that could be made at the end. The jury could infer from what they are seeing many things, but particularly we posted or we named this as an overt act, number 126.
Okay, and that was posing for the photo that he put on his account displaying gang tattoos, not the post, not the language. What you put in the indictment is
the description of it, the description of what happened. He
did
posed.
post for a photo released on someone's Instagram account displaying gang tattoos with YSL on his chest and Slime for Life on his right arm, an overt act in furtherance of the conspiracy.
Right,
Okay.
and the language, the language further shows how he is furthering the conspiracy.
How
by
is
saying,
that furthering the conspiracy?
chasing that money, but his past chasing him suggests that he not only does things or has done things that perhaps in chasing that money that are not legal, he is continuing to chase that money in ways that are not legal.
What suggests that he is doing anything illegal by chasing that money?
Oh my gosh. I'm going to let her give her answer. She's saying he said chasing money. That means he's doing something. He's chasing money doing something illegal? Oh,
Right, and so what we have
man.
ultimately is that there is no evidence, none.
I'm about to get off social media. You can't say anything. Out here getting the bag, and because you may have sold drugs at one point in your life, that means you're trying to do something illegal? Wow.
Your Honor.
Isn't that what pretty much all of us who aren't independently wealthy have to do every day of our lives?
Thank you, Judge Whitaker.
Your Honor, I'm not
Get him.
saying that it is with certainty that this is what he is saying. What I'm saying is that it is evidence that tends to, or that has a tendency to make a portion of our assertions or our allegations in the indictment true to the extent that it is relevant that he made or said that made that statement on that posting. He is
crazy.
representing YSL. He is.
I mean, obviously, it's all over his body, but how is the post, the language representing YSL?
Throw it out, Judge.
The language,
out of here.
it's as if he said, I stay ready, or...
It really doesn't seem to say that.
I didn't say...
You can put that post in the picture without the language.
Yeah, that's crazy. Thank you,
Okay.
Judge Whitaker.
What's next?
Get him. Some BS.
File 5. Okay, this is another post. And this is also an overt act alleged. Is that right?
It is. It is.
Okay. Pose for a photo with the caption, suit up, it's wartime. Okay. All right. And what's the objection?
Shout out to Judge Whitaker. She's on it today. a picture of him wearing YSL saying out here getting the bag. Chasing paper.
What's the objection?
This isn't
y'all?
funny, but I'm just laughing at how ridiculous this is. My goodness, man.
Your Honor, speaking on behalf of Ms. Stillwell, our objection is any of these comments on the right that
Past the suit up and lace up your boots one, the ones below that, or including?
including.
Okay, well, given that that is what they allege to be an overt act in furtherance of the conspiracy, I think that one is going to come in.
Mr. Tesla said no. It's funny.
Does the state
Ridiculous,
need
man.
the comments below that?
Ridiculous.
Mr. Stillwell, the OG bull with Shannon Stillwell and one Obama.
Okay. Okay. Who is that?
Antonio Sumlin.
Okay.
Is who?
Antonio Sumlin.
Is who?
One Obama is.
Right. So, and maybe I'm missing the bigger picture here. Who is
Well, we all are.
Slime Bing Bing?
Your Honor, a person who is an associate of Shannon Stillwell and Antonio Sumlin, whose statement that suit up and lace up your boots is wartime was adopted and commented on favorably by Mr. Stillwell and Mr. Sumlin.
That's
Mr.
it,
Stillwell
Obama's
in
involved?
posting, and Mr. Stillwell is reflected and tagged in it. And is posting the green heart emoji and the green snake emoji in response to it,
That's not accurate. That's not accurate. There's someone that we don't know who it is, and that's why I was confused, Your Honor, when you asked about after it's lace up your boots, it's wartime. Someone we don't know who it is. We're suggesting that he's an associate. I don't know how we're making those assumptions or suggestions if we don't even know who he is. And then we have who's said to be my client doing a green heart and a whatever that is. I think it's
I don't know what that is.
whatever it is.
We're talking about emojis.
It's some sort of amphibious
in court.
creature, it appears. Anyways,
creature. Oh my God.
This
is
Y'all.
insane.
That's a reaction to the
Yeah.
photo. I don't know where the state's asserting that this is some sort of adoption of someone else's comment. My client's in a photo, and he's not replying to the comment. You can reply to a comment if you want on these social media posts. He's just replying to a photo that he's tagged in. So I don't
Insane.
know under what theory of law, respectfully, with the confrontation clause in place and hearsay rules in place, that we would just allow Slime Bing Bing his out-of-court statements just in.
Your Honor,
And the fact that the state alleges it in the indictment does not move me in the least. I mean, we had no part in drafting this indictment, obviously, but just because the state alleges something in an indictment doesn't suspend
Yeah,
rules
I
of
just meant
evidence.
this would be the evidence by which they would establish that.
Well, I understand that, but it's still the rules of evidence, and I know you know this, Your Honor, but the rules of evidence still apply, even if they've asserted that.
For the record, Your Honor, the image on Slime Bing Bing appears to be a female.
They can't hear you. Well, I mean, the picture is,
Yeah.
who knows whether,
Right. Who knows anything about?
I mean, honestly, y'all, if this were, it looks like these people are cleaning up a playground. I'd be like, yeah, if I were the defense, yeah, let's talk about this. Look at these bad guys. But hey, that's what the state wants in for whatever reason. I don't know how I don't know how anybody would find this to be an act in furtherance of gang activity, but
yeah.
Well, that's why
they could argue that, I guess.
that's
They
why
could,
I'm concerned
but
with this. I agree
be
with you. I
accurate.
don't necessarily have a problem with the picture. It's the caption by Slime Bing Bing that casts this in a different light and I don't believe, well, first of all, we don't know his government name, and I have no reason to believe that that person is testifying.
You and me.
I don't think they know who it is either.
They don't know who
Your
made
Honor?
the post.
Yes.
It's crazy.
There's a extremely popular song by artist Lil Wayne, Grew Up,
Greatest rapper of all time.
Grew, up, a screw up, and specifically it states, suit up and lace your boots up, it's wartime. So, you know, this happens a lot in our case, but a lot of people just cite lyrics, and for that reason also, I mean, yes, we can
I think you're
cross
right,
on it,
Sean.
but it's just the same pattern. It doesn't show we are now going to war, so we'd ask for it to be excluded.
He said his slime bing ball the amphibious creature.
Your Honor, with respect to,
Wayne is the greatest rapper alive.
I think that the court had it exactly right, except the court's comment on the significance of it. But this is something that we've alleged. This is the evidence of what we've alleged. And we'd ask to be able to show the evidence that the state believes proves its case.
Okay, well, I'm going to permit it, and then y'all can all have a fun time arguing it, because... Okay, let's move on to the next one. So this is in folder 6, item B, I guess. Screen grab of the first few seconds of the video.
Yes, Your Honor. So there's a video that the state and defense, we agreed. It's a video that's played on a loop 3 times. We're only going to play the first time that the video was played. However, early in the video, Mr. Williams is seen throwing up the YSL sign, but it's very quick. And so 73-E55 is just a screen grab of that initial portion, similar to what we've done with the surveillance videos that we entered. We might have the video, but we capture a screenshot of a particular portion for
Mm-hmm.
And it's not shown, I mean, it's shown in the first thing, right?
Yes, but it's just very quick.
So if I watch what's in the one before that, I'll...
It's for real.
And we can share it on our website, or if you just want to play it on your own.
I mean, if Judge Whitaker
And what's
really,
the
really did her
objection?
job, they wouldn't have anything.
Your Honor, there are so many videos that have come into evidence and are coming into evidence of Mr. Williams holding his hands.
Cumulative
Yes. And then
He said
it's
yes.
cumulative
of
on
the
top of
video
cumulative.
loop.
Yes.
Yes, sustained. You can
This
see
is the
it
one where
just
he
as
says murder
easily.
gang bitch. This is different.
This is different. He says murder gang bitch, and he's also with Obama, another associate. We don't have, well, let me say this.
Okay,
Mr.
so
Summit-
the screen grab is excluded as cumulative.
But we did introduce the first 15
Yes.
seconds.
Yeah, prosecution's getting cooked today, and I'm here for it.
I couldn't hear, but I think the state agreed because it's on a loop, so it just plays
The
it's a very
first
short.
is what it says.
So it's just
yeah.
one time is what I
Right.
Yeah,
okay.
she said
Thank
it's a
All
no-go.
right, so then we can move down, I believe, all the way to folder 15. Whose autopsy?
Your Honor, I spoke with Mr. Steele earlier. We just need to confirm with Dr. Sim Stanley regarding the autopsy photos, and making sure that we've selected the ones that she will need in order to explain Mr. Drink's injury. So we can just I hope to meet with her the end of this week so that we can select those photos, Your Honor.
Okay, so that's fine. The autopsy report, what's our issue with that?
Your Honor, my general
Sorry, we can't hear you, Ms. Hilton.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, my general practice with the ME is to introduce her report at the conclusion as a part of the record. It does not go back to the jury.
Okay.
However, I believe defense counsel will object to that.
I never understood introducing something just for the record. I mean, if the witness needs to refresh her memory, I have no problem with that, but I object to it going into the record unless there's a reason. I definitely object the jury ever seeing it or being published, but that was my objection. I don't see any reason to say we're going to admit an autopsy report, but then we'll pretend like it never was in the record. It shouldn't be in the record in the first place.
Okay. I mean, it wouldn't go back with the jury, and I sort of hear both sides, so just tender it at the time. 16, folder 16. So whose firearm is this? Why is this coming in?
Thank you, Out of Order. Appreciate you liking the video. And shout out to young stepper in the building becoming a new member. Appreciate you, man. He's been a member for 13 months. Oh my gosh.
This is one of the firearms found at Waters Road.
Okay.
On the 16th. And just to add a little bit more contextual details, in one of the, or actually more than one of the wiretap calls, I think the court's already heard, where they're referencing the weapons at Waters Road.
Okay, and this is just found laying on this table at the time they come in there?
It's one of the weapons that's in there.
That's fine, I'll admit that. All right, folder 18.
Your Honor, we can withdraw. It's just a 2 search warrants.
Okay.
So that's fine. You want to. I couldn't hear you. So.
They're withdrawing.
We're not going to make the search warrant. Thank you.
Okay, then folder 21 would be our next one.
Same thing, Your Honor.
Okay, great. Okay, then folder 23 looks like our next one. And I need to look at 5168.
He said, love looking like mixed breed, big bird and the giraffe. Y'all let her live. Yeah, don't hold your breath, Blaine.
So
I like your optimism.
who wants to argue about 5168? Nobody wants to argue about 5168.
So give me a second.
We've reviewed all these, but I'm just trying to have in front of me what I'm talking about, and I'm trying to find it in this Dropbox.
Okay, well, you see there, like, each of the folders is numbered So it's in number 23, and if, once you open it, it's 5168.
Your Honor, we can withdraw it.
All right. All right. Folder 26.
Judge,
Yes, Your Honor, for folder 26, that's
True,
Mr.
what
Ryan.
drama?
I think that's Act 180, right?
I still only have to shave once a week.
And you're not able
It's
to.
crazy.
Okay.
Go ahead.
You're not able, if you watch the video, you're not actually able to see who's actually posting it. It's alleged to be on my client's page, but you can't actually see him. And you see somebody else playing, or I guess watching the TV, and you don't know who's actually speaking either.
Okay. We're not going to, there doesn't seem to be audio, right?
No, there's audio, Your Honor.
Okay.
And so you have Mr. Ryan, it appears, because he posted it on his page.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, while in prison. And the video is of,
Dudes
we
be
believe,
posting
Mr.
IG in
Ryan
prison.
watching Mr. Eppinger get a bond on TV. So they're in prison. Similar, he has his cell phone in prison, and he's watching Mr. Eppinger get a bond, and he says, free, he's a number of different things, but he talks about slat, free, this YSL, we getting bonds on this shit, some other language.
So is there audio where somebody is saying that?
Yes, Your Honor. And we can play it, Your Honor.
All right, because when I just hit play, there's no audio, but that may be because of my settings on my computer. So, yeah.
Mr. Atkins is pulling it up, Your Honor.
It's because I had my volume turned all the way down.
Sometimes that happens.
Yep, tattoos
So,
are used
let
as
me-
evidence then.
Actually, it may just be easier than joining the Zoom if I just hit play again now that the volume is up.
Freddie,
Nope.
that's crazy. Freddie Harris said dudes be
We're almost
posting
there.
something from prison like they having fun. It's crazy.
So that much time it pulls up.
It's on here.
Wild.
Here's some.
I know, I've seen them go live from jail, but man,
Start that over.
Are you nervous?
that's crazy.
Your Honor.
Yeah, man, free my nigga Big Brish, man. Yeah, man, live from chain gang. Fuck that boy. Fuck that boy. Spank that baby.
Fuck that boy.
Yeah, man. Free my nigga Big Brish, man. Fuck the DA.
Yeah, we catching the bun on this shit.
Yeah, and we about to catch that bun, fuck nigga. We coming to get you. You know what it is. Yes, sir.
That shit in the hood right here,
Free the gang. Yeah, YSL shit.
That's the hood right here, son.
Yeah. Slack Benny. Damn, man. Slack, man. Free the gang.
That happy to get boy bun though, so they get boy bun, okay.
Fuck Rashawn the Davenport.
Yeah, gang was-
Yeah, man. Free my nigga Big Brish, man. By the way, the gang way.
Big Brish with the big head, man. Don't
They
kiss
gave my nigga a bun today, man. Smell me.
YSL. YSL?
They gave my nigga a bun today, y'all. Shit crazy.
Oh, we got some music.
And what's the argument for this exclusion that you don't know who posted it?
We don't know who posted it, don't know who the speaker is, don't know who the second speaker is either.
Okay, and what's the
relevance?
state's response?
Your Honor, the circumstantial evidence in this particular case will allow the jury to infer that it was Ms. DeWilliams' client. And at the very least, these are co-conspirator statements furthering the gang, furthering support of the gang, and publicizing their support of the gang, announcing support of the gang.
And who's this going to come in through?
This would come in through the investigator who saw this post and captured this post.
All right.
On Mr. Ryan's
I'm
account.
going to admit that over objection.
It's also going to be a foundation issue, and it'll cause for speculation.
What do you mean?
Because we
Calls
don't
for
know who's
speculation?
speaking. We don't know who's
Exactly.
speaking. We don't know who has access to the phone or to his account.
That'll be things that you can cross-examine on. Okay, 28. I don't know how to get out of this one.
Yeah, I don't see how they're going to be able to verify who it is unless you get Sprinkle up there again saying, "Oh, I study, voices, and I just recognize that person's voice."
Right, and so what we have ultimately is that there is
An
no
Excel
evidence.
spreadsheet.
None.
Which one am I looking at?
You're going to look at the one that says highlight. I believe you highlighted MMS.
Okay, that's like red and green?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And what is this?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Your Honor. So, Your Honor, this is the Verizon text messages that were entered a few weeks ago, Your Honor. Investigator Viverito, when she was reviewing the information, in order to make it easier for her to know who was talking, she just did color highlights.
Okay.
We will do some form of this, but as a demonstrative, Your Honor, because if you just read the Excel spreadsheet, it's difficult. So what she did in order to assist her is color code different speakers. And Your Honor, generally, the content in this text message is the conspiracy to stab Mr.
That's right,
Rayshawn
Stacey.
Bennett.
The cat by
This
the
is
bench.
where that act begins, when they are planning it via the text messages. And the individuals involved are Mr. Khalif Adams, Demekion Garlington, Jaden Myrick through his girlfriend at the time, Ashley Ellison. And so we will introduce some form to make it easier for the jury to see. Maybe not this exact document, but there will be some demonstrative to make these text messages easier to put before the jury and digest before the jury.
What's the objection?
I get that, Your Honor. My concern is that in this, what I'll call it a demonstrative, whatever the state's working on, there is irrelevant information that's placed out of context. For instance, my recollection, the first on that colored Excel spreadsheet, the first line
colored
says something, has a phone number, and it says
give Max a
SB.
pass. I gotta be
now
colored.
I don't know if SB is supposed to be.
Come on, Max.
We don't know who sent it. First of all, I don't know if SB is supposed to be a reference to my client.
We
I
don't
don't know.
intend to introduce that, Your Honor, because we don't know if it is. We cannot confirm that is.
Okay,
Mr.
why don't
Scribner.
y'all get in whatever form you're going to want to use, get it in that form, and then give that to the defense.
Yes, Your Honor.
And just to articulate it, my concern is the state's saying that there was a conspiracy, they're alleging a conspiracy, and they just named a bunch of people. My concern is simply, I just don't want references to my client just thrown in the midst of a demonstrative that apparently, allegedly involves a conspiracy involving other people.
Okay, well, get that in a form. Can y'all do that by the end of the day, Friday?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
All right, Friday, we've got some homework due. See if it happens.
All right, I think that takes care of the joint motion to exclude evidence as supplemented.
Shout out to 404 Georgia Boy Frog. What's Amy saying? Whitaker. I don't know how anybody would find this to be an act in the furtherance of gang activity. So basically she
Right,
said,
and so what we have ultimately is that there is no evidence, none.
crazy. Good morning, everybody. Is it still morning?
Or come up, figure out, either excise that person's statements or come up with some kind of a limiting instruction. Has that been done?
The limiting instruction, no, Your Honor, what we looked at was excising.
Okay.
We will give to counsel for the defendants a proposed limiting instruction and present it to the court. We have not come up with a limiting instruction. We believe that it provides context and that the court can instruct the jury that only in as much as it gives context to the other statements.
Okay, so y'all have evaluated it and believe that it isn't going to make any sense to excise the other person's statements, so you want a limiting instruction and you need to come up with that.
That is correct, yes.
Okay. Would this be a good time to talk about who all we still have coming up and how long they're going to take?
Sure.
I think it would be. Let's talk about that.
From the defense,
Need a
we believe it
bathroom
would
break.
be a good time.
Let's do a bathroom break and let's come back and talk about that.
I sent you that updated, Chris. I sent you last night.
Shout out to beautiful messy ball in here saying good morning. Was doing some major work over there on X. We've got a delay, so we're going to skip ahead. But I want to read some of these super chats. Shout out to Amy for that last comment. Again, if you got a membership from Amy, show her some love. She dropped a 50 bomb over there too, just for good measure. Amazing, man. Amy doing it all over here. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Lavisa's in the building, says game over. Shadow Fox is in here, says paper chaser Whitaker. Yes, sir. Out here getting that money. Shout out to Judge Whitaker. She knows what it's about. She said, hey, the only reason I'm in here is because they paying me. I would not be hanging out with y'all. Oh,
Hey everybody,
no.
thank you so much for watching.
We're not doing that law and crime. I'll let you play the commercials, but we're not doing the sound. All right, we've got Young Steppa up in here. Shout out to Young Steppa. He upgraded his membership to Diamond, and he's been a member for 13 months. Dang. I see you, Steppa. Also, D is in the building. Dropped the 5 bomb. Says body art being used as evidence. They're trying to use whatever they can.
What
man.
we have ultimately is
That's the
that
best they can
there
do.
is no evidence, none.
Also, Lil Wayne is the greatest rapper alive. Shout out to Andre 3000. I'll let y'all have that debate if you want to between 3 Stacks and Wayne, but yeah, Wayne's the GOAT for me. Here we go. Yeah, Amy is painting the chat green for sure. Here we go.
Discussed up here. I'd appreciate it. And it's charging now, so it ought to be ready for use maybe in a few hours. It was on there. It just wasn't secure, so it didn't charge.
Lil Wayne better not be in no Rico. I will post his bail today. He didn't do it. Whatever they're saying Wayne did, he didn't do it. That's my guy. Skip ahead a little bit more. How much delay we have left? Ooh, we're starting to get caught up. Yeah. Facts, for sure. You
All
heard
right, so
Brian Steele reading
is
them
the
early. You're good,
next
Sean.
most pressing thing to go back to those wiretap conversations?
I believe that would be a good
Okay.
thing.
All right, I'll give everybody a minute to get their notes on the wiretaps, and we were kind of going through this chart that has the two different reference numbers.
And Your Honor, did you have received the updated, we shortened some, the
I
court
did
had asked
not.
us to
No.
reduce it. I will re-forward the email. It was sent probably about 3-4 weeks ago, but I'll resend it to everyone.
I mean, maybe I did, but I haven't printed it. Is it like one of these, but just shorter? Okay, that would be great.
Can't tell you it's substantially shorter, but it is shorter.
Okay. Do we still have to deal with the one that had sort of bogged us down and we stopped on?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, that's right. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Yes, you're right. So this is the exhibit.
Your Honor, I'm trying to remember if any counsel knows what number we stopped on. I was. Your Honor, now that I think about it, the call that we ended on was the one that you had just referenced that kind of got us off track. So that call was PDF page 2184 on April 1st. So I'll pick up on the next call after that, which is
Well, we've got to make a decision on
Yes,
that
Your
one
Honor.
too, so.
Did they file a response?
Thank you, Robin.
Say the call number as well. For
yes.
PDF 2184, what call?
The reference number?
2158.
2158, Mr. Sharp.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Man, Mr. Atkins want to be on the defense so bad.
Your Honor,
Yes.
Westmoreland over here. I wanted to make sure, is this?
Thank you.
No, it's okay.
A voice from somewhere.
Is this the call, Mr. Atkins? Is this the call that Attorney Harvey was arguing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And did you guys file a response? I know the last time you asked to file a response and we were waiting on it. I haven't received it, but maybe you filed it already?
No, we were going to just
So can we go?
oral argument on it. We did not file a written response to that.
So had we finished 2119? Reference 2119 from April 1st? Yes or no? I
One
just.
second, 2119 was,
I think maybe we did, I don't know.
I'm reviewing the notes, Judge.
Okay.
Not to mention, Amy, I think the one thing that really has been missed in this entire conversation is what's going to happen if Trump gets in office? When? I'll say when.
So
when Donald
Your
Trump
Honor,
gets in
if
office.
it's reference number 2119,
about that.
PDF page
I don't know which
2140.
one. What is that? Is that a page number or a reference number?
So the wiretap
Yeah.
used reference numbers. I also included PDF page numbers to quickly access.
Okay.
So that's why there's both numbers, Your Honor.
Okay,
changed
so
it. I
it's
said when.
reference number 2119, according to this. I only see one number on this chart.
On the far left? What chart did we give her?
The first two columns, the first column is the reference number and the second column
I
is
need
the
to be on
page
the
number.
computer. I need to not freak out because I'm going to freeze the top.
Ms. Hilton, did you resend out the condensed version?
Did y'all hear that? y'all hear Ms. Love
Ms. Hilton,
chastising Mr. Atkins? Y'all got to figure out their mic. Listen to this.
What chart did we give her?
The first two columns, the first column is the reference number and the second
I
column
need
is
to
the
be on
page
the
number.
computer. I need to not freak out because I'm going to freeze the top.
He said, said the mic's on. He said, I'm gonna borrow your computer. I'm gonna need you not to freak out. He said the mic's on.
Number on this chart.
On the far left?
This lady is
What chart did you
crazy.
give her? The first two columns, the first column is the reference number and the second column is the page number.
Computer, I need you not to freak out because I'm gonna freeze the top.
Ms. Hilton, did you resend out the condensed version?
I'm sending it now.
Okay. Because I don't see
Sharice says,
2184.
if Trump gets in office,
I sent it on
all this crap will
September 21st
disappear.
at about 6:07 p.m.
Not only that, he can pardon
But you're
himself.
gonna resend it.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think he would need to. Yeah, he's gonna be making a visit to Fulton County. Trust me. What do y'all think about that? What do y'all think is gonna happen, if anything, if Trump gets in office to this YSL trial, if it's still going on? When? I gotta start saying when. He said the mic's on. I do not know who Jonathan Odie is. Oh, Yellow Bug, you were in for a long 4 years. Absolutely nothing's gonna happen. Oh, come on. Walter says, I think Love missed her true career calling
Is this
as a
where
bus
the
driver.
conversation is? No.
YSL Trump.
No, Your Honor. You give me 1 second, Your Honor. I'll pull up my notes on.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think he would need to pardon himself, though. But, I mean... Yeah, I'm not talking about... Bobby says Trump can't do anything. This is a state case.
So, Your Honor, those two calls were, I have the PDF page number 635 and 820, Your Honor, which are March 17th and March 18th calls, was the two calls my notes had that referenced.
The UNC. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you, Val.
Run something. You need to move over.
Okay, so does it show
They
that
keep their
we've
mic
finished on, and I don't know why, but I don't see a page number, but on reference 2119, did I make all the rulings that needed to be made? That's just the last thing I have anything written down for. I mean, I guess if we'd moved on to 2158, I had.
I agree, Blaine.
And 2158's the one that potentially has nested hearsay. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay.
So, Your Honor, actually, 2119, which is the call that had the nested hearsay, Your Honor.
I don't think Nathan Wade's been served
Okay,
yet. No.
well then
to
that's
answer
why
your
I
question.
didn't have anything written down on 2158 then, because we stopped on 2119, I guess.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, if y'all think Trump is going to get in office and not have a word with the person who brought charges up against him, state or federal case, I think you're missing it. Why is only one of these AirPods working?
And the issue we've got is that nobody knows who Rel is, essentially, right?
Your Honor, I don't think that was the issue regarding Rail.
Your Honor?
Yes.
I would humbly request, Attorney Harvey argued this motion, and the last time that you heard in reference to this piece of evidence, and by the way, not knowing who Rel was an issue, but that the state asked to be able to respond to our brief. And so we've been waiting on that response. From my understanding,
and now you know there isn't going to be one.
And now we know there isn't going to be one, but I would humbly ask if we could do this when he's here. I'm sorry, he's just ill.
Will he be back tomorrow?
I hope so.
Okay. All right, well, we'll circle back on this tomorrow then.
Thank you, Your Honor.
On 2119. Okay, so on to 2158.
Yeah, and I'm so glad you said this. I was going to leave it alone, but Georgia Davis said he is going to have the Fulton County's DA office investigated from top to bottom via the governor. And I mean, yeah, all it would take is for FBI, somebody to get involved. Ooh. I don't know why my sound effects are on one side. I'm going to fix that though. I mean, y'all, there's a lot. He's the president. There's a lot he can do. Thank you, Amy, for the super stickers, reminding me of the amazing lunch that's about to happen here soon. She dropped the banana, the cake, the pie. Oh, Lord. What's going on with my sound effects? Let's see. What the hell?
All right, and everybody has now the updated wiretap.
Stinks. Yeah, yeah. Love
And we're
stinks.
still on Garlington's.
And the
so,
ice cream
yeah.
cone.
Okay.
Oh, Lord. And the peach. Ooh-wee. Thank you, Amy.
So what are there objections? And if so, what are they? And do I need to listen to it?
And the mustache.
Somebody.
Oh, I get it.
From the context, my understanding is this call. The problem with this wiretap is it involves Mr. Garlington, who's presumed innocent of everything. Apparently, it suggests that he's involved in criminal activity, drug dealing, different squabbles that he individually has. My understanding from this call is he's having some sort of problems with someone, but I just, that it seems to me that is a Mr. Garlington situation as opposed to a Mr. Stillwell or anyone else here situation. And I understand the allegation is they're part of a organization, but that doesn't mean everything you're involved in is part of that organization, even if that organization does exist. So I don't see the relevance of this call. And, of course, unless there's a hearsay exception, we're dealing with the words of Mr. Garlington, who is not going to be testifying.
That's funny.
Response.
Yes, Your Honor. This call, Garlington, I don't know who he is speaking with. He mentions Copeland Woody calling him, and Garlington says They are discussing seeing someone and going to blitz their ass, which the state believes, if you, from talking to gang experts, when you blitz somebody, you're going to go shoot them, intending to kill them or at least shoot them and hurt them. And so when you're sending a blitz or you're going to blitz someone, you're going to do an aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. This specific call, which is, it's 1 minute and 14 seconds. Given that the other male, who I do not know, is the one saying we're going to blitz their ass, the state
They
would,
cussing today.
if I could reserve on this specific call, because absent knowing who that male is on this specific call, it's Garlington talking with him about that, Your Honor.
Okay, so you're going to give that some further consideration.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, so let's move to the next one is reference 2532, page 2559. Any objection on that one? We ought to be ready on these.
We're ready. I'm just reviewing my notes.
Okay.
Oh, you're good, Yellow Bug. I love having a conversation. We don't all have to agree on this channel. As long as we can have the conversation respectfully. I don't want to be surrounded by a bunch of people that think the same way. So, yeah, thank you for being here, Yellow Bug. He told her to move over. Who y'all got? Miss Love or Atkins in the fight?
First, my question for this, the proponent of this evidence is the relevance.
Nah, he'll be good.
Your Honor, the state's happy to articulate relevance. I do think legally to exclude evidence, the state feels, so for this specific call, what ends up happening is Miles Farley, who's charged with the murder of Shamel Drinks, he ends up going to Fulton County Jail. Before he goes to Fulton County Jail, they work on trying to get him protection, specifically to figure out where in the Fulton County Jail he is, because there's a gang war going on and people are getting murdered. And so what ends up happening in these next series of calls unpack this is they are working on, hey, when he gets to the Fulton County Jail, let us know where he is so we can protect him, keep eyes on him. And what ends up happening is 9 Deuce, YFN, the same rival street gang that the state has been discussing with the murder of Donovan Thomas and also Shamel Drinks, teams up with some younger Goodfellas. Goodfellas is a very prominent gang in both prison and jails in the state of Georgia. And what ends up happening is that there's a lot of, the next series of calls for the most part are all going to discuss Miles getting locked up, where is he going, and then he ends up getting jumped by rival gang members who allied with Goodfellas, and that creates a serious problem because Unfunk, who was a defendant in this case, and his defendant William's brother, YSL is a hybrid gang, as the state alleges, is a Goodfellas member. And so once this happens, there's a series of phone calls between Garlington, Unfunk, and high-ranking Goodfellas members in the Fulton County Jail of saying, people are telling me that YFN teamed up with Goodfellas. We didn't bless off on that. Absolutely. My apologies, Madam Court Reporter. So I want to give that backstory because there's like, you need to listen to these calls to unpack what I just proffered to the court.
Okay. All right, that seems pretty relevant. Any other objection?
No, Your Honor. I mean, for the record, it's hearsay, but
Okay, I think this would come in under the co-conspirator exception.
Okay, understood.
All right. So our next one is 2534 and 2561.
It's on the north side.
Unless are there new objections? I mean, if these are all kind of the same series of same substance.
And Your Honor, you're using the reference numbers?
I mean, I said them both.
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. So PDF page 2561 is referencing this same topic. It's Garlington discussing trying to get protection for Miles. And also 2656 is a three-way call with Copeland and Garlington discussing Shannon being in jail and Miles in jail and getting protection in jail.
Okay.
So yes, Your Honor.
All right, so are there other objections other than what was already voiced with regard to the one before? Because my ruling would be the same.
No, Your Honor.
Okay. So then that takes us down, that would then cover how many of those, Mr. Atkins? When do we get to the end of that?
So, Your Honor, we should, embedded in this is PDF reference number 2779 and PDF page 2808 is in reference to Garlington and a gun. And so that...
Okay, 2779 is not on our new list, is it?
Hold on one second, Your Honor. I have...
Okay, I think this would have covered reference 2534, page 2561, as well as reference 2628, page 2656. Is that right?
That's correct, Your Honor. My apologies. I had two XLs
okay.
up and one was the old version. So, Your Honor, we should discuss...
So then the next one on the new sheet is 2833, page 2861.
None of these people are clean.
Right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and is there objection to that?
Yes, Your Honor. We're going to object based off relevance and hearsay. And does the state know who the other party to this call is?
I don't think so, but...
So, Your Honor, 2861, it's the state's understanding that this is an incoming call from Frank Hubert, who's Goodfellas. He's a capo in Goodfellas. This is tethered, this individual's who these three-way calls discussing protection in the jail primarily go through. That's who the state believes this is. This covers a number of items, so the state would like to play this call.
Okay, go ahead.
But what evidence do we have that he's Frank Hubert?
Are we playing 26, 28, or 28, 33?
2833.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, Atkins is going over to the defense after this.
Did we need to address something further on 2628 first? Okay.
Yeah, and Trump was already in office for 4 years. It's amazing 4 years, by the way.
My apologies for I have to re-log in. My internet went out without realizing it.
Okay. Oh no, not the internet. Come on, y'all get it together, man. We're in this one. There's a lot of things that go into it. Because, Sharice, you could say that the only reason we're even semi-stable is because of some of the things that Trump put in place when he's in office that are currently still in place now. So we can have that conversation. This isn't the show about it, though. Yellowbug said he lied about COVID. He tried to stop COVID before it got here and he got shut down. Randall says, ClassE, do you think today has been a win for the defense? Yeah, I think for the most part, for sure. Absolutely. Inflation was down. It was at like 1% when he was in office. Thank you, Pam. Yo, but you're calling what's going on right now fixed? Yikes. If this is fixed, then...
Yeah. Hey, what's going with you? Scarface.
What's up, are you alright?
Hey, what's going with you?
Shit, what, you in the room?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm in the room. You know, my door don't lock, though. I come out anytime.
Oh, for real. What you ordered?
Hell nah, they just don't fuck with it.
Yeah, but you got that shit.
Man, that was...
Been telling you, boy, you had them motherfuckers head right street fucked up, boy.
Oh, yeah. Shit, what you need? Shit, you know if I can do it, man. Come on, man. You know I fuck with you. He ain't so bad.
No, I know that.
Yeah, fuck it right.
How many of them niggas, how many niggas, of them niggas in your dorm?
Man, one nigga, man. One nigga that goddamn... One nigga waiting for it to touch his ass so he can tell on nigga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? Hey, so where Quay at? Where Flo Quay on?
Quay, who that?
Huh?
Who that? To my big nose Quay?
Nah, he on the K with AB.
Oh, don't talk about with the big nose right here, little young nigga.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the west floor, he on Quay. Yeah, who on AB?
Quay on the 6th floor. They be calling. They had a phone too with the whole what you call the gate.
Yeah, what Quay?
Yeah.
You talking
about? Here comes drama.
You say not JBL Quay. What Quay you talking about? He said the one got locked up JB, Yeah, Kel say he ain't know you. Hey, your little partner ain't never hit you back in the DM. What name, Miles? Huh? Miles.
Did Miles ever hit me?
Yeah, Miles ain't never DM nobody back.
Nah, you know I ain't DM his folk back.
Oh yeah, cause we still don't know where Flo he on. He got to be still on clarification. That's why we're trying to see where he is.
Yeah, he got to be on clarification.
Yeah, what's up with Quay though? What you want to do to Quay?
Nah, Quay good, he good. I was just asking goddamn, how many of them niggas in done with Eddie?
Man, it ain't number shit ain't number one. Let me see, that shit ain't number one nigga in the whole unit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it ain't number one.
But I wasn't done,
Huh?
I said, I really ain't got nobody. Shit, everything straight. I was just trying to make sure them niggas ain't straight, bro.
Man, you know that shit, get away. One thing about whatever side I'm on, but whoever I'm fucking with gonna be straight on team.
Yeah.
I ain't just got no goddamn one unit shit. They got a whole goddamn floor on both sides. Man, I got get away. Why they know I ain't just popping my shit? Get away. I got the whole jail ready, bro. I ain't got no make one phone call.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got the whole man. Man, you don't know who your goddamn big brother is, bro. Come on, man. Man, I'm goddamn, bro, Cabo friend, boy.
I know, I know what's going on.
Right, well, I got the whole, man, that way it ain't no three of us. They goddamn Cabos in this jail, but we got the whole flow. Like, I'm talking about the whole Bright Street, like, boy, we got this motherfucker on smash, bro.
That's why, listen, nigga needs, look, bro, my main man, you know who my main man is, bro. I need that nigga fat, bro. I
already know that way. But you,
in the hood, bro, them niggas so pussy. Like,
that's why I get with.
Huh?
I say, I ain't me cuss y'all, get with. That's why I'm so ready to get out, right? Get with. My guy so like, get with. Whatever I got down, that's why I just told the world, get with. I'm glad he just put me in a position I can be in, right? I can start my own family, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm finna go crazy on these niggas on Scarface. Wait, I get saying, why they raise them like, oh yeah, I'm big wrong, all this shit, man, for real, bro.
Hey, yeah, for sure. Like, the only nigga, but like, they let niggas come through the hood, walk through the hood, all type of shit, bro. Them niggas ain't, what niggas be on for, bro.
I already know, but see, we already know something. We already know majority of them niggas have some pussy, bro.
Like, them niggas probably doing shit like, man, they don't want no part, like, nigga. Man, bro, you know how that shit is, bro.
I already know it. That's why I got there when I come home. I'm gonna fall back for a little minute, you know what I'm saying? But get what? Boy, I'm gonna have my team walking through that motherfucker.
These calls are always so
I can't do nothing but call and warn nigga, get out the way, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nah, for real, like, yeah, why ain't I'm finna clean dirt? I'm finna, man, get what, man, Word gave me the green light, bro. I'm finna clean that shit up, bro.
Yeah.
Man, hell yeah. Man, I ain't tripping. All I got a nigga like him behind me. Man, shout out goddamn, man, I ain't bullshit. I'm telling clean that shit up, man.
Yeah.
That's real, bro. Then Ed, he got a nigga mad because niggas just seen him a couple months ago. Ain't no way in the hell you back right here with me, man.
Say what?
I say, Ed, he got me mad because ain't no way in the fuck you right back here with me, talking with me, you know what I'm saying? Like, but that shit felt good knowing I can call him, knowing he out there, you know what I mean?
You say what?
I said Ed B, right?
Yeah.
I said that shit got me fucked up because Charlotte no goddamn niggas want to see him out there knowing that I can call him. That shit was a good thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, that shit hurt me, Charlotte right back near those, like, right here with me, bro. That shit, man, they can't be keep coming back this bullshit.
Yeah.
Hell no. Where the hell you at?
Yeah, man.
Where the hell you at, Scarface?
I'm right here with my cousin.
Oh, okay. Yeah, hell yeah, man. Get away. You just gotta stay, get away, bro. You just gotta stay right. You gotta stay around them niggas from the video, bro, because you already know they ain't right.
I know it, bro. Listen, like, something. Yeah.
You gotta stay around them niggas, bro. The nigga ain't right, bro. Somebody, well, they ain't right. Get away. I'm telling you, then you know a lot of niggas into us too.
I know who gonna pop some bubble, little bubble. I didn't have little bubble. Little bubble got down. Like man, listen, bro.
What little bubble?
Ma, little bubble. Yo, bubble.
What bubble?
Man, little bubble. Ain't no little bubble. We just got out doing the 15.
Oh man, I don't fuck that shit.
No.
Hey, man, that nigga, but hey, boy, I ain't gonna, I'm gonna goddamn be 1,000 with you, boy. Look, I ain't gonna sugarcoat, man. Boy, Shawty can't be trusted, man.
Yeah, Johnny came in here with the dog. Well, he didn't even tell me about it.
Man, listen. Man, I'm telling you, listen, Shawty ain't, listen, what I'm trying to tell you, we ain't got to speak on Buddy too much, because he's not right. I'm telling you, boy. Oh, yeah, that way he don't even supposed to be stressing them all no more, because they supposed to be goddamn pushing up on him, you know what I'm saying? So, for goddamn giving you a heads up, don't get seen nowhere with that boy, because when it come down, when it all said and done, when they get a chance to goddamn wipe it over, they gonna do it.
Okay.
Yeah, boy, nigga ain't fucking, he don't even supposed to be stressing. Mom just told me that, so I can goddamn.
He is pregnant, yeah.
So I can let goddamn bro know, shot ain't right, boy.
Oh, okay then, good. I know.
Yeah, see, he trying to play up on some niggas so he can keep somebody around him, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, bro, don't be, them folks trying to goddamn, find the perfect time to goddamn wipe it over, bro.
Yeah, they're just like, we had, like, everybody around me got, you know what I'm saying, got some real shit going on.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, I had look. All right,
Appreciate
what about
you,
Lil G baby?
Thin
Y'all
Walrus.
don't fuck with bro.
Yeah. Fuck G, baby. Yeah.
Listen though, yeah, cause
Yeah.
so y'all got shit going on with EI them.
Nah, hell nah. All that shit straight. Long they got them
Yeah,
that way, all them niggas that was spreading that
inflation.
that 3-level CPLK, all them niggas like the main ones, like the one that got a name, all them really been tapping in word, all them folks went up on the word.
Yeah, nah, because goddamn.
I can't wait to hear why
EI
they
got
want to
something
keep this,
going on.
bring this
G-Baby
in.
my man.
Your Honor, I want the court to be
This is
aware.
garbage.
This is one of the longer wiretaps, so in total,
There's 2 mics on, y'all. There's 2 mics on. Turn the mic off. Just go to the podium.
Give it another try.
all of our laptops are muted.
Okay, well, it doesn't seem to be echoing anymore.
I just wanted to make the court aware, Your Honor, in terms of the state is more than comfortable to keep playing this call because it is important to hear what is said.
Okay.
No, it's not.
They discuss a variety of topics. I just wanted to make the court aware of the length of this. Usually the wiretaps are quite short,
Right.
a minute, 2 minutes. This is one of the
length of the what
longer
now?
lengths of the call.
Okay. So maybe I could hear what the objections are so that I know what I ought to be listening for.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Your Honor, specifically on behalf of Mr. Stillwell, I object. We've already heard this part where this gentleman is saying he was disappointed with SB, who I believe he's referring to my client, Mr. Stillwell, because he was just locked up in jail with him, left, and then came right back. So that assertion that the jail door is revolving for Mr. Stillwell is bad character evidence, and we're concerned about that coming in. In addition, Your Honor, we're just getting to a part involving what I believe to be someone named EI and G-Baby, and
I
Third
think
World.
it was confirmed she's pregnant.
Third World is mentioned as well, and there's just a lot of, it's just gossip. I don't know the relevance of all of these characters and these people in this case, because to my recollection, none of these people have come up previously, and I'm not sure what the relevance is, what they have going on. They apparently have some animosity towards each other or some of the people, but it just seems to me that these are other
Lord,
people
Rice
that
Street's in here.
Mikion knows, that he's talking to this person about what they have going on. And finally, Your Honor, to the extent that it is relevant, again, it just seems to be gossip, not in furtherance of any conspiracy or anything of that nature.
May I be heard, Your Honor?
And me too.
Okay. Judge, thank you. Carrington Matthews here on behalf of Mr. Marquavius Huey. We did hear in the beginning of the call or somewhere where it kept mentioning, or this person kept mentioning the name Quay again, Quay. There's no indication on this call as to what Quay or which Quay they are referring to or who they're talking about. So I'm going to argue to the court respectfully that under a 403 analysis, that this part of that wiretap should be excluded or redacted out because there's no foundation to establish which Quay they're referring to.
All right.
Thank you.
And then Ms. Westmoreland.
Thank you, Your Honor. So our objections is relevant and it's hearsay because one is I don't think that the state, or I have not heard the state provide any evidence that this is Frank. I don't think that, and on our sheet it says other party, but I haven't heard anything to establish that this is Frank Hubert. Second is that there seems to be another party that is in the background. When the discussion between the two callers and reference to Quay, one of the callers seems to not know who Quay is, and he tries to guess around who's Quay. And then seeking clarity, someone else is in the background and says, you know, the Quay that was with such and such. We don't know who that person is in the background, so we're going to have a nested hearsay problem. Additionally, I think that it's not relevant. What you hear is a conversation of curiosity. Do you know where Quay is? What floor is Quay on? Does something you want me to, do to Quay or tell Quay? No, Quay's good. Conversation in reference to Quay is over. So there's no furtherance of the conspiracy in reference to that portion of the conversation. So no furtherance of conspiracy, nested hearsay, and relevancy in reference to that portion.
All right. What's the state's response?
The state would like to finish playing the call and has.
That'll help. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
But to be clear, I do believe he says I'm Capo Frank on the call, but that's one of the. I'm going to play the call.
Okay.
Tell me about it. He didn't even tell me about it.
Man,
My
listen.
dad told me, like,
Man, I'm telling you, listen, Shawty ain't listen, but I'm trying to tell you, we ain't got to speak on Buddy too much because he's not right. I'm telling you, boy. Oh, yeah, that way he don't need to be stressing Mars no more because they supposed to be goddamn pushing up on him, you know what I'm saying? So, for goddamn giving you a heads up, don't get seen nowhere with that boy because when it come down, when it all said and done, when they get a chance to goddamn wipe it over, they gonna do it.
Okay.
Yeah, boy, nigga ain't fuck with it. He don't need to be stressing. I'm glad you told me that so I can let goddamn bro know. Shot ain't right, boy.
Oh, okay then. Good, I know.
He is co-counsel for.
He's trying to play up on some niggas so he can keep somebody around him. And you know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Bruce Harvey. I can't remember who's representing.
Trying to goddamn wipe it over, boy.
Yeah, that's just like we had like everybody around me got got some real shit going on.
Yeah.
So, like I had what about little G baby? Y'all don't fuck with bro?
Yeah, fuck with G baby, yeah.
Listen though, cause so y'all got shit going on with EI them?
Nah, hell nah. All that shit straight. Long they got them that way, all them niggas that was stripping that 3-level shit PLK, all them niggas like the main ones, like the one that got a name, all them really been tapping in word, all them folks went up on the word.
Yeah, nah, because goddamn G-Baby and EI got something going on. G-Baby my man, but EI, that's family, but...
That's family. Ain't nobody, dog. EI straight from my understand unless nigga need to call down now, because he supposed to be a doozy.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of my brothers that came from down there, he over there with Lil Russell. They just beat Lil Russell ass. They just beat his little pussy ass.
What? What?
Man, shit, that shit goddamn, before Russell came over here, I already had no put a green light on if they ever goddamn run into these niggas to smash, because he ain't no got into it with my own son out there. I ain't heard the nigga put a gun out on my son and pull the slap goddamn my sister-in-law, my wife's sister.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. But goddamn wife told me let it go, you see what I'm saying? So I told her shit. I told the brother let it go. The folks like, man, hell nah, man, we don't want that nigga around there. Man, Wayne beat his ass though.
You want my kids to do? Yeah.
Yeah. Then he right anyway though. I don't need Russell like that. Russell be trying to play both sides, bro.
Yeah, man. All the niggas like.
Yeah, so I be trying to play both sides, bro. He already I already know he been here something to give me when I used to goddamn bring food to the hood, right? You know, a nigga like that used to goddamn already be giving nigga head something to say about the shit, but when said to my face, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, nigga, what? Nigga, boo my man, I don't give a fuck what me and boo go. Nigga ain't finna fuck with her.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Listen, that how when I brought G-Baby out there, like, I told we got into a shootout, bro. I'm right there shooting day. 3 niggas hop out with sticks.
You ain't tell me
they
that?
hopped out with the stick.
I ain't tell you?
Hell no, you ain't tell me that.
Yeah, bro, we out there in the apartment, me, G-Baby. I had them jet called my phone, like, hey, man, y'all get butt up out of there, but I'm telling you, he like, bro, I never seen no shots at y'all. He like, shit, but, bro, gotta, know what I'm saying, get up out of here.
Oh, so EI ain't fucking with G-Baby?
Nah, they got some more little shit going on, but we got into a little shootout shit where we don't know where it came from. Like, listen, like, they saying G-Baby got one on his head, I got it on my head. Like, that's why the niggas I be around, like, I'm knowing, like, all they got the same shit going on. Like, Nord, me, all my folk, bro, them niggas locked up, you feel me? Me, Nord, bro, Fat, like, all they got the same shit going on, you feel me? So
They're not saying anything. They're
like,
just, again, it's just gossip, just like they said.
all that, like, we with each other, you feel me?
Exactly, shit. That's why I started fucking with Fat.
All shit, but we just knowing, like, what all that knowing what we gonna do.
Exactly. That's why I started fucking with Fat. I started fucking with Fat all the to you.
Huh? But
I started fucking with Fat because of you.
Cause of me, yeah.
Yeah. Well, get away. Saw the Fat. Get away. I ain't get no bad vibes from Fat. Like, Fat one of the niggas I told Fat. Shit, what you want them niggas I rock with out there? Like, I ain't get no bad vibes. You know, don't got older and don't got a little smaller, right? But you know, my energy, like, I be on that energy shit. Like when that positive energy shit, when it come around me, that shit, like, my body felt that shit, like, positive shit, all that negative shit. I don't be wanting them niggas that like around, but I ain't get that from Fat. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why me and Fat was rocking.
Yeah.
But I gotta see what's up. But we gotta see what's up with EI and G-Baby, because shit, G, from my understanding, shit, the family rocking with G-Baby and EI.
Yeah, for sure. But I was telling EI on some real shit, though, like, look, you know, my buddy been having, they say you been having money on my head since 2015, send that shit home, bro. Like,
who, to my EI?
No, Luce, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Like, but you want to go and sign, even though but you want to sign to these folks, like, man, come on, bro. So you
who signed to them hoes?
Huh?
Who signed to them?
You say who what?
You say somebody signed to them?
Yeah, you know, he has to sign to think it's a game.
No.
Yeah, and he got locked right up.
Boy, I ain't know that. Boy, you just, boy, I ain't credit. Boy, it's on the mall. Boy, I ain't know that.
Yeah, and he did a song with Lucius. That's why I was just telling him the other day, because I posted G-Baby and said, a boy on the way.
He posted G-Baby and said he's on the way.
I don't know what y'all nigga got going on.
Yeah, exactly. Get away, man. You gotta get away. Get away. Get away. But look, shit like that, though, you gotta check, too, though. Like, you post some shit, you laugh at, like, nigga, where funny shit? Nigga ain't shit funny right here. Like, nigga ain't shit funny. What the hell you mean? Like, you laughing at some shit, cause they my man, though. Like, again, get away. A lot of that shit be back. These niggas be mad, cause niggas be fucking these hoes, too, bro.
Man, I know that.
Like, for real, these niggas be in they feelings, be getting niggas goddamn shot at the shit by these pussy ass hoes. Man, look, if a nigga rock with you, nigga gonna rock with you, but don't send no shots at me cause about a bitch, man.
Yeah.
Nah, for real, bro, and get with, cause I don't see why I can't, if I knew, you know, I'd tell you, but I can't see why y'all don't fuck with G-Baby, cause shit, G-Baby around them all.
You say G-Baby said, you know, when y'all had the mall shit going, like when y'all separated.
Yeah. And
goddamn, you know, G-Baby with Capo Noon, you feel me? So I guess whatever going on, G-Baby like he gonna put some money on EI head. EI was like, EI told me about it. He was like, shit, bro, I heard it out of his own mouth. I'm like, bro, I asked him when he told me that. You feel me? Bro said, man, it's on my baby. I ain't said no. I don't know why the hell shot don't like me. He don't like me.
Man, get what you talk to EI, man. Tell EI. Because get what he.
Like we talked on the phone. Cause he asked for my number. He was like, bro, I ain't doing the Instagram shit. What's your number?
Yeah.
Like shit. He like, shit, bro, I love you to death, nigga. He was like, shit, I was getting y'all beef. I ain't had shit to do with
They
it.
took
He
all
like,
of
bro,
his
I love
stuff.
you to death, nigga. I ain't never got down, did the shit you just did, like, posting the nigga. He like, bro, when them niggas be around, they be around these niggas.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, shit, I got much love for him. I always love you. He was like, shit, I just can't be around you. You feel me? I like, shit, same way, nigga.
Yeah, exactly.
You
And then get away. And then, like you say, when the family separated, get away. For him to have a phone, he got to be tuned in. Get away. From my understanding, by me being tuned in with these folks, get away. Everybody that was separated, like new folks and goddamn my little folks. Get away. All them just sort of went up on the word. Like, shouted cleaning all this shit up, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, cleaning all this shit up. Like, all them niggas supposed to be up on the
Michi said,
third word. Like, everybody, my
really be
understanding, from
gossiping.
head, tweet, from
On the
goddamn
phone.
new folk, like, all them.
Hey, maybe I'm just I don't know. Y'all be on the phone like this, chopping it up. It's crazy.
Right now, you know what I'm saying? And shouted making these folks prove they loyalty. Like,
The
shit, I
Diddy
ain't
thing
finna let
is
y'all niggas scream this
crazy.
shit and I don't feel like y'all finna be loyal to this shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, so shit, for him to have a problem with G, baby, shit, he better tune in where the shit. That's
The state wants
shit,
this
where
in,
the
of
fuck was
course.
y'all?
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, yeah. So shit, I know he ain't trying to cross buddy. He better goddamn call and tap in to my city shout away, cause man, shout ain't playing, boy. Shout on some other shit, boy. Shout back on his old mechanic and shit, boy.
He good. I ain't get no
What happened, bro?
Nah, that's why I got down. Funk
Yeah,
going
he
at it
should.
with these niggas, with them boys out here and everything.
Some money might be missing though.
Like, they don't know who to trust.
Yeah, see, Funk just called me by oh yeah, you right there, Wood, when you just called by Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. See what I'm saying? Like Charlotte, see that word, man. Boom. So that's what I'm saying. These niggas goddamn. That's why I say Charlotte really get what a lot of these niggas, man. I don't want to say much on this phone, but a lot of these niggas that ain't rocking with goddamn, man. They gotta clean this shit up, Scarface.
Yeah, for sure.
Cause that's the only way it's gonna be right. You see what I'm saying? Like a nigga supposed to be that way. A nigga supposed to be cleaning them niggas up anyway. You see what I'm saying? Like we shouldn't be going around coming out our house trying to see, you know what I mean, worry about who the fuck watching us, who got, like, we supposed to be clean these niggas up. Like, we really supposed to be ran them niggas ass, especially out of McKennaville. We supposed to be ran them niggas ass out of the hood, bro.
Them niggas so scared right there. Like, they been going on for back. See, they knowing what nigga was on back then. Like, bro, nigga used to lose. I used to lose my money, bro, and take my shit back, bro.
Yeah.
Like, them niggas be on, like, they always look at that nigga like, man, you can't trip, bro. Like, man, bro, got too much going on. We don't want no part of that. Like,
yeah.
Be around for protection, though, bro.
See, a lot of them niggas were envy Woody too, like, and them niggas were mad because we was around Woody and we fought with Woody, so if Woody bust his gun, we bust down too, you know what I'm saying? Like, but we were really get away, we were bullshit because we supposed to be wipe them niggas out the hood, like, from shooter to bull to all them, man, we supposed to be random niggas ass out the hood, bro, like, that serious, because them niggas the one really be bringing them niggas ass over there, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Like 90, like I been here, like my son be telling me, goddamn, he be seeing niggas ass out there in the cut and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, man, he ass supposed to be white them niggas ass out, bro. Like that shit, bro.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Like that's why I say a nigga on some other shit, but they gotta be careful too, cause
I don't get.
away though, bro.
I'm
If we ain't putting these folks on those shirts, Scarface, get away. These niggas keep that gang shit, but these niggas has to send us down through there, bro. They'll send these folks that up, bro.
Yeah.
Man, man. That's why I say a nigga got to be careful now. Like, well, I'm getting too old to keep coming back. This shit, I ain't coming back, boy. I'm getting too old. I ain't
He's
finna
talking
be
about
old
YSL.
ass nigga, no fucking jail cell, boy.
Yeah. When you go to court, bro?
Man, I don't even know, bro. They just riding me, bro. Like, them folks got me feel like they don't lost my paperwork,
He said
bro.
Harris, baby.
Damn. That's why
Shout out to Kamala Biden.
But see, that because that bitch ass nigga when it took a one out on me, bro, and that shit don't look good, cause get away though. Every time I come to jail though, they don't time I come to jail when a nigga got them.
Oh, Jay Hawk, what is wrong with you? Jay Hawk says, if this is a wiretap, there should be a transcript. Can we read it instead of listening? You want to hear Miss Love read this? Nope. I will take the audio over Adrian Love reading this any day. No. Thank you.
Took the one out on.
Yeah.
The only time I ever get locked up, bro, I don't care where it's called. I don't get locked up for the crime that I do out there. I don't get locked up for that, bro. I get locked up because of motherfuckers.
This is fine.
Don't either sent the bitch to go take out the one on me or a nigga don't took a one out on me, bro. That all the time I come to jail.
Yeah.
Ain't no folk riding me and that shit don't look good though, you know what I'm saying? Them folk like, it be like the same scenario on pop somebody or on DD and get with them folk like, I don't know, bro, but I think something good gonna come out cause I ain't locked up for nobody. Like they riding me like I got it. I don't know, bro. I'm just living on faith really, bro.
Yeah, most definitely. I feel like it's gonna be alright, bro. Like, I feel like you been riding it long. Like they had something that would have been to get the court case.
Yeah, that's what I said too, right? And I don't think I'll be anymore. Damn near going on 2.5 years, bro.
Yeah.
Man, I'm just living on faith though, bro. I'm gonna live faith, whatever faith decide, bro. I'm rocking with it, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm rocking with it, man. Yeah, bro. What the hell Funk been talking about? He been goddamn, I know he's staying out the way and shit.
Yeah. I've been with him. I've been with his ass.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Miss Grace.
I've been with his ass, making sure he's straight, man.
Yeah, they're right too. See, he gotta move a little better too though. Get what? When nigga get that money, get what nigga gotta do though? Nigga gotta start going to spend that money, spend that money, send that shit out there so a nigga get that shit out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, they gotta do it. Man, they gotta do the right thing, bro. Get what? You know, I'm in the room with goddamn with Hell from Cleveland, right?
Hey, Grace.
Yeah.
Man, you know me and bro being in motherfucking mud about some little shit. We just talking about goddamn, we just really talking about Spider, like how Charlotte got all these goddamn paper, but really letting these folks really just get the really ups on the nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no way, bro. Like just being real, bro. Ain't no young nigga his age. Charlotte the richest young nigga in Atlanta, Georgia, bro. Ain't no nigga having more money than Charlotte, bro.
Yeah.
Nah, hell no. Like, come on, bro. Nigga ain't having that much more money than Charlotte, bro. Charlotte supposed to be having that shit. Charlotte supposed to be cleaning that shit up, bro. Like, no, man, Charlotte supposed to be cleaning that shit up, bro.
But, like, you just, look, just see how it is now. Like, and then got some corny ass niggas him, bro. When we was around him, bro.
This
like,
is brutal, y'all.
You know what I'm saying? We still gonna do it anyway, but, like,
yeah.
You feel me? Like, man, damn.
That shit ain't right, though. That shit ain't right, bro. Like, that shit ain't right, cause look what happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, look how many niggas look how many niggas that we be around that don't supposed to be gone right now. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, for real, bro. Like, these folks don't supposed to be gone. Like, these are niggas that we know we gonna be with. You see what I'm saying? Like, I ain't got to speak on no name, but you know what I'm talking about. You see what I'm saying? Like, ain't no way in the fuck these folks gone. And these some niggas that we be around. Like, bro, ain't no way in the fuck you let these folks get up on a nigga like that, bro.
Yeah, most definitely.
Like, come on, bro. Like, niggas lose. Like, that shit crazy the way a nigga losing. And these niggas really laugh. Like, these niggas smiling because they like, that's all they been waiting on. You see what I'm saying? Like, that shit crazy, bro, for a nigga be having that money like that and just be really stingy with that shit. Like, spend that shit. Don't matter if you feel like you're going to take a loss. You can't take a loss when you got money like you, nigga. You richest young nigga in the city.
Yeah.
Shit be crazy. That shit you get with. I ain't gonna like that shit get with. This is my opinion. I be really thinking Charlotte be setting nigga ass up though, really, bro.
Bro.
Hey, yeah.
Now the boy behind me here, boy.
Man, I'm trying. Hey, listen, man.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, I'm telling you,
We're
bro,
all here to
I
have
be
the
thinking
conversation.
that shit be a setup, bro. Like, Charlotte get so comfortable with a nigga ass. He just be want to, man, I can't explain because I really don't know, but Charlotte be having nigga in them motherfuckers. You know, nigga be in the jail cell thinking all tight, like thinking outside the box, bro. Like, that shit be crazy, bro. Hell yeah.
Walter Waller said, can you explain what they're saying here? Basically, they're having issues with YSL. He doesn't know when he's going to have his court date. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Like, man, that shit crazy,
It's a lot of barbershop talk conversation.
Crying, and you ain't making these nigga mamas and dad cry. Like, man, come on, bro. Like, that shit be wrong, bro. That shit be wrong. That's why I be telling. It be what I said. I'm like, see, you talk to D. He like, yeah. I'm like, man, tell Sean Allen's phone. I just want to hear his voice. Make sure I just want to hear y'all niggas voice. Cause y'all the niggas that I know. Like, y'all my little brothers, bro. Like, so when I know whenever I do get out, y'all be the one I call and be saying where y'all in and pull up. You see what I'm saying?
He was not lying about this being a long call.
Like, y'all niggas my close, like, y'all niggas like, oh, mom, but see, get away, y'all my little brothers, and I know, get away, I know I still got to do this to protect y'all, and then vice versa, because I see how y'all rock me, you see what I'm saying? So, you, AB, just name a few, y'all the one that I'm going to call.
We got like 3 more minutes.
Do touchdown, like, y'all niggas be the one I'm going to pull up on. Y'all, you see how I rock out there, bro? I don't be putting up on them other niggas head, because I know these niggas, they want to knock me out, bro.
No niggas, I know it, bro. Like
403, waste of time.
Crazy, bro. That shit crazy, bro. And then he just holding my eye. I ain't even know that nigga out signed TIG, boy. I ain't know that.
You know what I'm saying, bro. You'll never
They're
know,
not
like,
even listening.
These niggas hitting like
shit crazy. And he supposed to be, yeah, wait, I'm gonna add, bro, I'm gonna call Cole tonight, though, man. I'm gonna holler word last night, see if he talk to that nigga, ask him what's up, shout out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that more definitely tonight. I pull up on you tonight. I'm gonna see what's up, shout out. I ain't talked to him since he been locked up. I want to see what's up with him though.
Yeah.
The G-Bay 1 hour, boy. Man, he can't. He got whatever they do got going on. Get away, not just he out, but get away. G-Bay got to let that shit go too though, cause we ain't trying to lose nobody else. Like whatever they got going on, they got to squat that shit.
Yeah, listen to me, but like
this is just a bunch of here's.
Like, the whole city know about Grady. Like, man, me no home ain't bullshit. He don't listen to me, bro. He lit like you don't been some shit like like that chill on my face. But like I'm knowing he ain't going out by no hoe. And get what? Like when bro just out, he with me every day. Like I got in the hood. Like ain't nobody gonna fuck with when he out here. But like I don't take shots out here because y'all do that.
Thank you. Life is like a box of chocolate.
Yeah, exactly. Mo definitely right. You Mo definitely right. What the hell G-Bay locked up for?
He just maxed out. He was just on the 7th floor with. He just maxed out April 1st, so he probably like on regular flow now.
He said hearsay, even though I can't hear what he say.
He went down the road for probation. Now he out there finding some little bullshit.
Yeah, I think he on the 6th floor.
On the 6th floor, I probably got to call it up.
Yeah, I can call it. I can find it. I'm gonna find out. So
who else I got a phone for?
On the 6th floor, you know, you got a little
I just had a phone. I told that whole Miss G came in up, bro.
But what you talking about? No, you talking about Woo the little partner?
Yeah, that my boy. I went I brought bro around.
Oh, for real?
Just Whitaker looks like she has a headache.
He was like, when you saying on me, he was like, well, I had to add like, but
they're talking about threat. Somebody said something about Dora.
I know you seen
yeah, man, that my boy, man. They got him fucked up though. Yeah, they got him fucked. He in the same dorm. I was just in 6 hours.
For real?
Yeah.
Look, you know, little Bible up there. No little Bible up there from.
When I was up there, you know, fuck with man.
I already know it, but yeah, they who goddamn, the nigga little B there, yeah, he up there.
Yeah.
I think football too though.
I was in Thunderdome. He's over there like with the old folks yet.
Yeah, that nigga, he's still up there. I think he's signed on. I think he up there on.
Hit me later on, Fred. Let me know what's going on.
What you trying to get G-Bay? He ain't got no phone. You trying to get him online?
I can tell the girl to call me. I was just saying like they call me.
Okay. I got you, little bro. Hey man, be safe out there, bro.
You already know that, bro.
I love you, bro.
I love you too, man.
All right.
So, Your Honor, just a couple things to address. On this call, when he's clarifying which Quay, because both Mr. Huey and Mr. Nichols go by that nickname. Some people call them Quay. And so he says not JBS Quay, Jonesboro South Quay, which is Defendant Huey, the one that got locked up with SB, and Defendant Nichols and Stillwell are both charged with the murder and locked up on the arrest warrants for the murder of Shamel Drinks. So he clarifies that, and also investigator Viverito, who is going to be introducing these wiretap calls, the ones that the court deems admissible. She will be giving, she will be explaining items like that.
Okay.
So the jury should not be confused about this specific who he is referring to.
All right.
In addition, Your Honor, the
All right, so
yes, Your
I'll
Honor.
overrule that 403 objection. Go ahead.
And Your Honor, familiarity with what is going on in different criminal street gangs, some that you're allied with, some that you have a problem with or commit violence against one another with, is intricately important. And so Demekion Garlington speaking with Capo Frank, again, this is after this protection of Miles Farley, a YSL member and also charged with the murder of Shamel Drinks. So this conversation, they touch about a lot of topics and understanding who has a problem with who, has implications both in prison, jail, and outside in the free world. And so it is and what happens is Demekion Garlington, and wiretap, they play calls, they minimize calls, but in these calls, there's a telephone game that goes around. So information that Demekion learns, he has conversations both before and after this where they share information, and it's important to know information about what's going on in terms of criminal street gangs or street gang members, because if someone has a problem with you and you don't know about it, you can get shot. Or if you go to a certain location and you don't realize, you need to be well aware of what's going on. It's important for the criminal street gang conspiracy itself. And so there's a number of topics that they address, specifically where people are in the Fulton County Jail, because again, if problems arise, they need to know where people are so that they can either have protection or know who else is around them. Also, Your Honor, there is discussions about, there's a moment where Demekion Garland, they're discussing G-Baby, who is very close with Kenneth Copeland, and EI, who is Eric Kendrick from Mechanicsville, used to be 30 deep, and then I believe he rolled up or kind of transferred his gang allegiance to Goodfellas / PFK, Play for Keeps, which is a subset of Goodfellas.
He transferred his gang allegiance.
When they're discussing this, Demekion says, I told EI they had money on my head since 2015. And he says, and then the guys clarify, talking about EI, and he says, nah, Lucci. What he's referring to is Demekion Garlington, they had money on their head because of the murder of Donovan Thomas. So here you are in 2022, and Demekion Garlington is discussing, he references TIG records. These are the same TIG records that was discussed in the context of January 10th, 2015, that we currently are in terms of in the trial with jury. And so all of these, it's important for Demekion Garlington and YSL Street Gang to know about and learn, because Franco Cap has a lot of information in the Fulton County Jail. And there's multiple members when this call is made that are locked up in the Fulton County Jail. And so all of this information is important to know both inside the jail and outside. So it furthers the conspiracy and it keeps abreast of the conspiracy. And that's why the state believes that it is admissible and relevant. And the statements, it provides cohesiveness and reassurances, because there is concerns if you're in the Fulton County Jail and someone's having violence begot to them and there's no protection. And so that is the state's response to the defense of objections.
Okay, I'm going to overrule the relevance objections. You didn't address the one objection about bad character. Do you have anything to say about
There's
that?
just audio Judge
Your Honor,
Whitaker to
and
death.
specifically,
She said,
was it Mr. Sharp referencing bad character of defendant Stillwell?
Right.
And from my notes of this call, the references to, I don't believe that they reference defendant Stillwell exacting violence on anyone. So and Mr. Sharp, I have a lot of notes on this, and so I'm trying to find the specific part.
It's towards the beginning.
Yes, Your Honor. It was right before we stopped it the first time, and it wasn't a reference to specific violence. It was this gentleman, and I keep calling him this gentleman because I don't believe that to be this gentleman Frank that the state believes it to be, which potentially I would think that kind of takes care of all their arguments. If they don't even know who this person is, I don't know how they can determine what conspiracies are being furthered or anything else. But in addition to that, it was a reference that this gentleman was making. It seems to me that he's in jail. And he was saying, I was just with Shannon in jail. He was on my floor, and then he left, and now he's right back with me again. That suggests that my client is repeatedly committing crimes and ending up in jail.
If
So
that's all it says, I mean, that could just mean he moved to another floor and now he's back. So if
Well,
it's
I
not
think-
more specific than that,
I think it says he got out and then came back, and he said, I'm disappointed, which would not be something that would typically be said by someone who switched dorms.
I'm glad the defense was listening, because
But that's I have more general objections, but I guess I'll just wait. But specifically to that character objection, that's my argument.
okay, well, if it's nothing more than that, then I'm going to overrule that. So what else? Let me ask, is there any portion of this that is just chit chat that y'all don't need?
Your Honor, I will.
Thank you, Judge Whitaker.
I have notes on the call, but my time hacks are not they're not in like 30 seconds. So I can take a close look and try to get as precise and exact on, given the length of this call, Your Honor.
Okay, I think everybody would appreciate that.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I mean, there was some discussion about
Narrow it down, something.
being able to spend money, if you were as rich as so-and-so. And I mean, unless there's something that is relevant to, goes to,
Your Honor, what I'll endeavor to do, and I don't ever like to write a check I can't cash, but given we have these days off, not days off, but days in court addressing motions, I would like to
never have a day off.
Yes, Your Honor, I would like to endeavor to provide this to everyone so that we can address it ideally tomorrow or Friday, so I'm going to try my hardest to get that redaction, Your Honor.
Right, and so what we have ultimately is that there is no evidence, none.
Great, thank you. All right, so why don't we break for lunch right now, and then we'll come back.
Oh, man.
And we don't have a jury that we need to feed today, or, give them time to eat. So it's 12:25 right now. Do we need a whole hour? Can we just take 45 minutes and try to get some more stuff done? 45 minutes, so 12:30. So why don't we be back and ready to go at 10 after 1. I think that's 45 minutes.
All right, is that it? There it goes, y'all. We made it through another, whatever you call it. I think this was a win today for the defense so far. It seems like they got a lot of the evidence and even some witnesses excluded, which, I mean, is going to save a lot of time and continue to move us forward in this trial. Let me read some of these super chats before we get up out of here. Y'all are saying don't leave. Oh, man. I mentioned a couple of them earlier. Let me see. Where did they go? Here we go. Shout out to Saccone in the building. Gifted a membership. If you got that membership from Saccone, make sure you say thank you. We've also got Pam H up in here. Dropped a 20 bomb. Excuse me. Yeah, y'all definitely heard that. My bad. Shout out to Pam H for dropping the 20 bomb. And then Here Comes Drama gifted a membership as well. If you got any of those memberships, Goodness. If you got any of those memberships, make sure you say thank you. And big shout out to Amy, gifting 50 memberships today. Oh my God. Crazy. And dropped the 50 bomb as well. We're going to be live tonight. If you guys like to hear some music from some independent artists in the community, stop by the Song of the Night live tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And of course, with Court being back tomorrow morning, we'll be back right here at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Everybody who's dealing with Hurricane Milton, y'all, please get out of there. Please be safe. You get one life. It's not worth it. It's not worth it to stay. And hopefully everybody has the ability to be able to get out, because I know y'all are going to be dealing with it coming up here soon this evening and later in tomorrow morning. So we'll definitely be saying prayers out to everybody who needs to and has to stay, and everyone who's getting out. Prayers for you and everything that you left behind. Anyway, y'all have a great rest of your day. You know what to do. Keep growing, keep pushing, keep it classy. We gone. Peace, y'all. Shout out to Amy, killing the game.